What up, folks? How's it going? Midlife Crisis crew back here with the best friends ever from the LeapN universe. We've already talked before, and we're excited to do it again. Damn, I'm having a good day. I was a little tired because I didn't sleep last night, but
Ooh.
huge news in the household. Got a split AC unit. My bedroom was way hotter than it needed to be. I like to sleep at a smooth 67 degrees.
That is
And
nice.
73, too hot for your boy.
Oh, bro. Dude.
Way too hot. I couldn't handle it. So
Nope. Just go jump in the ocean.
Unit should be working tonight. Your boy's gonna sleep like a baby. So I'm pretty excited about that. Dude, do I sound all good? I just want to make sure that my Rodecaster Pro 2
Let me check.
is sounded good. And
can you guys hear this awesome
Oh,
new
we
voice
hear it.
that I
We
got?
hear it.
awesome.
Oh, we
All
got
right.
you.
I've got all the tricks up. Me out.
All right.
I'm excited about that. But we're doing good. We're excited to have our friends back. Before we introduce them, I want to ask you how you're doing, Maddie, and do the normal intros and niceties. How you doing, bud?
Dude, great day. Weather was actually pretty amenable, so I'll take it. You know, did all the normal stuff, man. Morning routine, got a run in today. That doesn't happen every day, so felt real good about that. And all good clients, and then got back, man, here. And I was just excited about this stream. I'm really excited for what we're going to be showcasing. And I'm excited because I think repeat guests are my favorite because we've already answered a lot of the initial questions and we're already friends. And what's cool is it's been a while since we've chatted, and I feel like there are some major developments, and it feels very, very different. And I'm excited because, you know, I'm really, all in all, so much of the space has been about, well, bear market and, you know, not much is going on. And this just goes to prove that there are people out there that are committed to their projects and making things happen. So I'm just excited about it, man. It's going to be good. It'll be a fun stream. I know you have plenty of sound effects in store for us. I love that people are over on YouTube right now. And by the way, make sure you hit that like button. That is a big help for us. Yeah, it's amazing. So we still got a few stragglers on Twitch because we had a little announcement on our chill stream how we're going to YouTube.
This is the last Twitch stream, people.
This is it.
We're not worried.
So,
we know that we have a certified business model, and YouTube is the key to our success. So we're doing it.
Yes. So it's a little awkward because we have a first-time chatter on Twitch right now.
It's Spicoli, man. He's part of the LeapN team. Don't feel too awkward.
Okay, we're good. Okay, I'll take it.
Spicoli is, by the way, one of the best Discord names ever.
Oh my god. Oh wait. I see that all the time. Okay, I see that on Discord. So Spicoli. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Banji with the rip marbles. Stargirl's in there. Yolanda's in there. Kurt Alexander chiming in from NYC. He's over there, you know, doing Kurt Alexander things, just being a beautiful human being and getting pictures taken of him. But yeah, man, he's on the East Coast. He's on the East Coast, so that says a lot, man.
Spazoinks is back.
He's chiming in there. Yep, so we got Spazoinks in chat.
Hell yeah,
it's fantastic. First time chat from Jumping Cakes. Don't know who that is, but glad you're here.
Who's Jumping Cakes? That's a LeapN person.
It is a LeapN person. So we have a community director who facilitates games in our server, and Jumping Cakes wins every one. She's the best.
Okay,
I love this. Thank you for joining Jumping Cakes. We're going to have fun tonight.
Yes.
All right. Well, Maddie, you're doing good. I'm doing great. Our community's here. OGs are here. We got LeapN people pumping in. For all the new LeapN people, OGs, feel free to mute the next 2 minutes. You've heard this a bajillion times, but we have to do it because this is on YouTube on demand. So what is Midlife Crisis? Midlife Crisis formed by two lifelong buddies, Maddie and Mikey. You see us right now. We met at the 4th grade bus stop. We've known each other for over 30 years. This day and age, insanely rare to be able to hold a friendship that long. That's why we think what we do works. We can read each other's minds, but we're also passionate about the same thing. And the same thing, mission statement, took us a couple months to think about this, and we boiled it down to one sentence and worked really hard on getting to that. And that sentence is, bringing back the lost art of genuine human connection. We think that's important. We think as we hide behind social media profiles as we jump into the metaverse. Yes, we will be connected, but we also think we're going to lose the true nature of human connection and the face-to-face. Prime example, when we went to NFT NYC, that really helped boost our business because we were able to shake hands, drink bourbon in front of speakers till 3 a.m., wanna jump off a bridge the next morning, but it was worth it because we had friendships for life now, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
genuine human connection is incredibly important to us. That's what we're about. We bring the people behind the Web3 space to our show, have long form conversations and formats so you can make a decision on how you want to spend your hard earned money. We're not here to shill. We're not here to tell you what projects to buy. We're here to give you a neutral platform to share informations, and not just about NFTs. We like leadership. We like mentorship. We like talking about life, and we bring it to you in a fun and entertaining way. That's who Midlife Crisis is. And with that being said, now my fun part of the stream, I get to introduce Wicked and Ferb, but like in a new, interesting way. So I'm going to start, just so you guys know, Wicked, you're at top. Ferb, you're at bottom. I actually switched your name, so I got to switch.
Yeah,
I got to switch
I'm
the
getting
names
all
there.
this Twitter exposure. I thank you for that extra handle.
Let me switch that real quick. Hold on. So I'm always going to ask, if I ask you guys questions, I'll go top to bottom. So I'm going to start with you, Wicked. Wicked told us a fun little tidbit, and, you know, we've started to do this by introducing our guests with maybe a fact or two you did not know about them. So Wicked opened up to us, and he had a very interesting tidbit. Usually it's people that are saying, like, you know what, I did this amazing, awesome thing. But this is what I love about Wicked. He two fucks given, man. This guy is raw. He tells you who he is, and you're gonna get all of him. And you know he's coming at you hard, and you're gonna have a good time. So Wicked said he got an absolute 0 in his English class for a test on Beowulf. Obviously, we don't think he actually read the book, but the real killer about this whole thing is the test was true or false. So for you to score a 0 on a true or false quiz, that's actually like hitting the grand slam of not being good at taking tests.
Basically winning a lottery. I mean, statistically, it shouldn't happen.
You won the lottery of failing your Beowulf test. But this is the best part too. This became so infamous in high school. He was quoted with the nickname Goose, and his friends to this day still call him Goose because of the 0 absolute nubbins he got on his Beowulf test. Welcome back to the show, Wicked. How you doing, man? Glad to have you.
Well, you neglected to mention the non-existent reward I got as a result, which was the only person in the history of the entire school district to earn such a perfect 0 on this exam.
That is incredible. I mean, listen, you are at the top of the bottom of the game. That's a good place to be.
What's the opposite of a superlative, right? There's got to be a word for that. If I had taken Latin, I would know. Yeah, there's got to be something. Maybe a laxative? I don't know. Something.
Laxative. It is coming out the end. I'll tell you what, Wicked. That is one of my more favorite introductions we've done recently. So thank you for sharing that.
It is
that
really
tidbit.
good. And I was the kid that did read Beowulf, by the way. Fascinating story, but yes.
And then,
well,
go ahead.
That's good for you. I mean, now that I know you read Beowulf, I wrote a scripted comedy pilot about it a couple of years ago, set around the NFT space when I just discovered the NFT space for the first time, thinking that, okay, I'm just dabbling in NFTs, and then ultimately, you know, I'll go back to scripted writing. And the truth is that I fell in love with NFTs, and I discovered the metaverse and how storytelling takes on an entirely new definition in this space.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a great point. But last but not least, we got our main man, Ferb. And Ferb shared with us a very simple fact, but yet intriguing. The dude freaking loves potatoes. And not only does he love potatoes, he is basically the Bubba, aka Forrest's best friend, Bubba Gump of potatoes. The dude fries them. The dude cuts them and eats them raw. He breads them. He makes them mashed. He boils them. He does a
Potato
ton of
chips
shit
them,
with
French
them.
fries them, bakes them, barbecues them, all of that. I do eat them
Yep.
raw, by the way.
Yeah, so
You actually pulled that out of me.
So give us a rundown of maybe say your top 2 ways that you eat a potato, and maybe a way you do a potato that people might not know you can even do with a potato.
Oh, that's a good one.
If you don't have an answer, it's
my-
okay.
No, I'm really strange. I guess people do this all the time. I bake a potato, then I hollow it out and mash it, and then I put the potato back in the skin and eat it.
That is called the old twice baked potato.
Twice baked
Exactly.
potato.
Which is
That's the best. Put cheese, onions in there. It's the
oh
best.
my god, you're speaking to
And probably
a
the
dude
weirdest.
that loves potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the weirdest thing is like I farm my own potatoes too, and I like to leave a little bit of the dirt on the skins too. I cook them up.
Okay.
You're
That's
a
the
freak.
strangest thing.
All right, that's a little different.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
And is
I
it
mean, are you a serial killer? Leaving dirt on the potatoes.
Nah, it tastes earthy, natural.
What kind of
Oh
monster?
It builds
man,
the
he's
immune
getting the
system.
minerals. He's getting the minerals. So
Dude.
let me ask you a
Exactly.
question. Do you do traditional potato growing where it's just in normal ground level, or do you do the potato boxes? Because I'm not gonna lie, that is a cheat code, and that's real nice.
Maddie,
I've
you
not
are
heard of it,
straight up
no. I just
leaning
throw
off
it in
your
the
camera.
ground.
Just
I am.
recenter
Sorry.
yourself there. Sorry for
Sorry,
didn't mean to
man.
cut you off.
I'm trying to not break my back. We're
Okay,
good.
start
Yeah,
that over again.
I don't like that box. I don't like that box dirt flavor. Sorry.
I like the real dirt
It
flavor.
changes. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know. I didn't know. See, so because like we do the box potatoes because if you don't have a lot of like if you don't have a huge yard, it's tough to have a garden. But box potatoes, you
Mhm.
can go like 6 feet up and literally grow enough potatoes for like a family of 4 for the whole year. So
I should
you
try
know,
that though.
just
That
little
sounds
trick.
good.
Just saying, little trick if you like potatoes.
Little
Awesome.
known fact, I've never grown my own potato, but the dirt thing is interesting. And when somebody said in chat, Ferb gets freaky with potatoes, not gonna lie, I got a vision of Silence of the Lambs with Ferb sitting over top of a hole dug in his basement saying, put the potato in the basket. Freaked me out a little bit.
Right on.
Awesome, man. How you doing, Ferb? Welcome to the show, dude. Great introduction. Thanks for sharing that.
Right on. I'm doing good. We had an awesome time. We were here back in December, I think, with Midlife. Had an amazing talk, amazing community, and excited to be here again tonight.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much. And I think you've hit our world famous question already, which is how did you get the seat you're sitting in today? Unfortunately, that thing is not archived, so we won't be able to see this. But I'm sure we'll be talking many, many more times going forward. I'm gonna start with well, either of you can chime in, whoever wants to start. But like you said, we talked in December, and I'll set the stage. Or Maddie,
Yeah, I was
go
just
ahead.
saying, maybe just how about a quick background from both of them? Because not everybody might have been able to hear that stream or remembers. And so,
I
just
like
for
that.
YouTube purposes, for longevity, just a little background on who they are. You don't have to do the whole Star Wars episode 1, 2, and 3, but just, what got you in NFTs? What are you
I like
excited
that.
about? A little background about you.
Give us a 5-minute, not pitch, but a 5-minute background. We'll start with you, Wicked, on who you are, how you got into NFTs, and met this beautiful man below you, Ferb.
Yes, love it.
Okay. So my name is Adam Wright, and the name Wicked Dig came from an NFT collection. You're gonna see my bedroom here. Let me just clean this. There's a dog in the background, so see here. Okay, so my name is Wicked Dig, and Wicked Craniums was an NFT collection that came out shortly after Bored Ape Yacht Club. So we were around when Bored Ape Yacht Club minted, and we just weren't wise enough to see the forest through the trees on that, and we didn't know we should mint one, and we missed the boat, and the floor price increased outside of our budgets at that time, and still probably, right? And Wicked Craniums came out, and I needed a fancy Twitter metaverse name. My buddies at the time, or just people, even as acquaintances I spoke to in the space, were people like Tropo Farmer, Ferb here, and just different metaverse NFT people that I met on Twitter and different Discord servers.
Okay.
And they all had fancy names, and I was like, well, shit, my voice cracked on that word. That's fun.
It
So
still happens. It still happens.
yeah. So I stole the word, or I took the word wicked from Wicked Craniums, and then I say dig a lot when I'm excited about something. Like, oh, I really dig that. And that was how it came about. And so Ferb and I both came to the metaverse for various reasons. I was a TV producer for 13 years. I did a handful of shows like American Ninja Warrior, Dance Moms, RuPaul's Drag Race, Marriage Boot Camp, and I needed an out. I felt like the job sort of became, as far as I knew it, I felt like my job became sort of this on-camera fight starter or conflict starter. And
it's a brutal job, isn't it?
Right. And I kept getting hired back on all these mom related shows. So I was starting fights between moms, and it just felt weird. So
okay,
a documentary landed in my lap, and I got to direct that. And the executive producer and talent sort of had to table the project because it would have been at the detriment of his family and company. Once we found out that it would have might have gotten into South by Southwest. And he's still, I regard, one of my best friends in the world. And I was sort of sad about that. I thought that, okay, well, my shot at like a dream of being a filmmaker is sort of dead. Back to the drawing board. And that's when I met Ferb on Twitter. And we needed a retreat from life, both for separate reasons again. And I didn't really have fun in Decentraland, and that's the premise of why we started LeapN. The only option at that time was Decentraland. We weren't having fun in it. We didn't think the graphics were that great. And unlike me, Ferb's talented and had the ability to do something about it. So in about 3.5 weeks after he and I had met, he proclaimed to all of his less than 100 followers on Twitter that he was going to create his own metaverse. And I just sort of stopped talking to him. I was like, okay, this guy's crazy. That's fine. You meet some more friends. And 3.5 weeks later, yeah, he announced that it was done. And I was like, what? So I leapt into it. And sure enough, it was more fun than Decentraland. And I was like, whoa, there's so many opportunities here. We can start really dissecting the entire space and revamping everything and just making it fun. Super rare. They have NFT art auctions that are bidding based, similar to eBay. Why don't we flip that on its head? And we're a game social hub. So why don't we have these Royal Rumbles where you can pay a door prize?
Ferb, you still there?
dude, that's a real nice freeze though. That's a real nice freeze.
Oh boy, Wicked just went down the black.
Got rugged.
And he was just pumping my tires too. Darn it.
Know, dude.
I know. See how that works?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, and by the way,
him,
I didn't mess your guys' names up before. When he turns his camera off, your video feeds flip. That's what's happening.
okay.
At least it says Mikey G NFT under you now, though, Mike. For a while there.
I was you, Ferb, for a hot minute.
I know. Everybody wants to be me. No, I'm kidding.
They do. They do. No,
Dude,
you're not kidding. You're
I
right.
wish I
You're
had
right.
your brain to try to build this. What you've built is insane, dude.
Oh, thank you.
Do we wanna hop to your backstory?
That's what we're gonna
while
do.
we wait.
Sure. Let's do it. Let's
Well,
do it.
same question to you then, Ferb. How did little background a bit like before NFTs, a little bit like what you're into, where you came from, and then same thing. How you got into Web3 and met Wicked.
That's awesome. So I have a background in electrical and computer engineering. I was in university and trying to get a job, like an apprenticeship in a tech company. I was even applying to places like Apple and Tesla and all that kind of stuff. And that was just before the pandemic hit. And then as soon as the pandemic hit, a lot of things changed. A lot of companies weren't looking for jobs, or a lot of less openings. and a lot of people that were more or less promised like work in university weren't able to get it. So that really pivoted my plan to finish up university and go off into a career. And I applied to, I think, 40 plus different positions one semester, and I got a few interviews, but I never got a job. There was just way too much demand and not enough roles to fill. So then we got into the summer of 2021, still no luck, and things weren't looking better on that prospect. So I was looking into reigniting my inner entrepreneur. I've been kind of an entrepreneur my whole life. I know it's always been the right fit for me. And I've always felt like I've had such drive to achieve things that aren't out there in the world that I want to bring to people.
Right.
And so since the beginning of 2021, I started LeapN kind of in May, June. And before that, I kid you not, I think I tried 24 different startups January through
Jeez.
May and June. Yeah, I'm not joking. I applied for like investments, grants. I even went to my university, said, hey, I want to do
Wow.
research on this new technology stuff. And everyone just kind of turned me down.
Right.
So I got knocked down, but I got up and I kept going.
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
Can you
And
say,
then I learned
real quick
Go ahead.
before we move on, I don't want to draw this out, but like, we love that type of stuff, right? And do you think over that 24 kind of no, not interested, build some resiliency? Do you think that was one of the bigger learning lessons over this last 2 to 3 years to get you to where you are now? And can you speak to that at all?
Sorry, it's just funny because I've learned so many more lessons and become so much more resilient since I've started LeapN and this one startup alone compared to the 24 other things I tried to get off the ground.
That's
So
amazing.
it's ironic.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I'll say is I like I have a lot of other engineering friends and I would pitch all my ideas to them. They'd say, yeah, that's good, this isn't good. And the biggest thing I think is to be adaptive. And if something's not working, you can try it a different way. And if it's still not working, then you don't have to stick to it. You can just try something else, go on your other strengths. And that's what got me into NFTs. So I heard about the word, like I was already in crypto. I heard about the word NFT and I was like, oh, it's just one of those new things. I don't really want to touch it. I'm kind of busy with school, trying to do my own startup thing, blah, blah, blah. And then one day I was on my phone on like a news app. And for the first time ever in like a mainstream news app, I saw one article that had the word NFT in its headline. And that was like a turning point for me. I said, wow, I've heard buzz about this term in the crypto space, but this is the first time I've ever seen it in just general media. So I knew that something was happening. We were on the precipice of something. So then I Googled it. I said, how do you make an NFT? Where do you sell them? And I'm like, what's OpenSea? What are the best marketplaces? And I just,
right.
It was totally a new experience. And I was like, wow, this is kind of like a new medium for people to share their creations, get support from it, and learn and grow. So I started my NFT journey with, I had a lot of nature photography. So I started selling those as NFTs. And I was really passionate about them. And like, I would try and like put nice stories behind them, nice spins, and just nothing really worked. Nothing caught on. And then I'm like, okay, well, this isn't working. So I kept adapting and pivoting to go to my strengths. And then I also do like animation. So I started making animations and like custom ones. And then I posted it. And I remember my first person that ever minted from me, I only made, I don't know, maybe $25. But I was like, whoa, this is so awesome. I was so happy.
Dude,
I was
Matt and I were
Right.
the
like,
same
wow.
way, man. We just
I
launched our
know.
Patreon account, and I was like, one human
Yeah.
being wants to give us
Yeah.
$25 a month to help support us grow.
It's
It's a
incredible.
mind-blowing
Incredible.
feeling, isn't it?
Exactly. It was so awesome. I was like, wow, I can actually do this and people like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
I started making more animations, and then I got into like 3D voxel art and stuff. And again, I was always pivoting because just things weren't working and getting the traction I was hoping. And this is when I started to get exposed to the metaverse. I heard about this concept where there's this new thing called the metaverse, and it's never been around until like crypto and blockchain and NFTs came about. I'm like, whoa, this sounds really cool. This is kind of like Ready Player One, which I'm a huge fan of, by the way. Um, over the years,
Yes.
one of my startups, not, it wasn't a startup, but I was like, I wish I could like start a company that could make something like the Oasis and Ready Player One. But the tech's not there, so hopefully one day I could be on that team. And then in my NFT journey, I came across the metaverse. I'm like, wow, someone's actually doing this. Like, good for them. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go check it out. And back then, really, Decentraland was and I guess VR chat was really the only ones out there. But I was more looking at Decentraland because I was NFT facing.
Right.
And I went in, and yeah, like Wicked said, I was really underwhelmed. I had this vision of like what the metaverse should be or what I would want the metaverse to be, and Decentraland just, it's not that it's bad, it's just that it wasn't what I was expecting or hoping for.
Right.
So that's when I was kind of in that mindset like, wow, there's a huge opportunity here and no one's really doing anything about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then comes in this NFT artist, Milo Lowly, who builds very stunning landscapes in Unreal Engine. And they're just gorgeous.
Right.
And I like stalk her on Twitter. I'm like replying on all of her posts, and like she never messages me. And I'm like, this is so awesome! Like you're making amazing art every time she tweets. I'm like,
Right.
this is so cool, so cool, so cool. And then one time I replied to her tweet and say, so can we like leap in to what you made here? And then she finally replied, no, it's these marketplaces only let me post as MP4s, so you can't actually leap into it. I was like, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Why are these platforms promising all of this creative freedom, yet people are putting all this time into something and still being hindered? So I remember the exact day I started LeapN. I was laying in bed. It was the summer, so I was off university. I was thinking about NFTs. My Bitty Kitties, which were my voxel art, weren't taking off, and no one liked them. And I was just laying in bed and like, I really have nothing to do today. I'm kind of bored. And I was thinking about like the conversations I was having with Mila and Twitter, like, hey, like there's blockchain technology, there's decentralized file storage. Like, isn't there technology out there to make the metaverse? And I thought, well, you know what? I have tech experience. I can make websites, apps, and stuff. So why don't I just make like a little fun demo just to show Mila that I can actually step into her work? So I kid you not, I messaged her. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna make this thing and show it to you. She's probably like, yeah, whatever. You're crazy.
Uh-huh.
And then I kid you not, 3 days later, I sent her a link to a website I made. And I said, hey, I've just turned your 2D MP4 into a 3D, sorry, I should say VR immersive experience and an AR painting you can hang on your wall. I said, here's the link. And I sent it to her. And she was like, wow, you actually did it. That's awesome. And then we just started showing that to more people. And then people were asking, hey, can you do that with my art? Can you do that with my avatars? I'm like, well, yeah, I can. So I did it and it started growing. And as soon as more people started to become interested in this thing that I just kind of just started because I was bored and I thought it'd be fun, I started to see, wow, right now this is a way for people to just step in art and hang it on their wall virtually. But I can see this back in the day, what I called the world link, becoming a metaverse. And that's what the end goal that I wanted to become was.
I
And
love
then
it.
Adam saw this early version of the world link. He was like, wow, can you do this, this, this? I was like, well, let me make you a demo in 3 days and show you. Totally, yeah.
Right.
And so
Right.
I made an immersive one that he could run around and run through portals and everything. And then that's what started to push it towards LeapN. The guiding vision the whole time being, I just want us and everyone to be able to build the metaverse the way we want it to be. And that's what started this journey.
I love it, man. And one follow up to that is amazing story. Awesome that you have the drive and the knowledge to build what I think is one of the most high fidelity, coolest metaverses I've seen. And it runs smoothly all within your web browser, which is pretty freaking insane to think about. I don't think people even understand the feat of just being able to function in that space, right? But upon top of that, I loved what you said. Starting LeapN taught you way more than those 24 no's. Can you just give us one or two tidbits at the top of your list of things you've learned over starting LeapN that really stand out to you? And I'll have the same question for you, Wicked, as well.
Good question.
I could probably tell you 100 things, but just two.
That's specifically asking you like top 2 to 3. So you have to think about like, yes, I know I've learned 100 things starting midlife, right? But like really think about things that you think were impactful to you, but also in the angle of what's impactful for someone in the audience to hear as they create something or are a creator and you think it would help them along the way.
Awesome. So probably the biggest thing I've learned, and from my startups before 2021 even, is like, I'm an engineer. I love to build cool things. And as soon as I build something that I think is really cool, that I'm proud of, that isn't the whole equation. If you actually want to make it a project that people get behind and picks up steam, you can't just build for yourself. Now, yes, it's important to build something that you yourself would want to use, because then you have that passion behind it. But you also have to learn about what people want it to be. And you can't close off people and what they're looking for and what their feedback is, because the people are the ones that are actually going to help you grow this project. And if you don't listen to their feedback, then you're building it in a direction that they don't want.
Right.
And what happened back in my earlier startups is I was always building this vision of how I wanted this tech to work, but it never necessarily considered like how it could be sustainable as a business, or how some people might want features to be a little bit different, or how I focused on one thing more when they wanted to focus on another.
Right.
So I think it's really important to let go of I want to say to let go of expectations of what you think this has to be. Like, it has to be done exactly like this, and be open to input and even criticism, because that's what's actually going to make the product more, not only successful, but more adopted by more people, enjoyed by more people, and you actually elevate others by listening to the feedback and implementing it into a project. So being open and having the community contribute, I think, is a very important thing to actually not only understand but commit to.
What a great set of advice. And I also like how you followed it up with learning how to monetize and turn it into the business. Because I actually specifically remember you both saying, hey man, one of our weaknesses, like Maddie and I too, we love to just give shit away for free. And like, you can't do that forever, because you need to make money, right? So, and part of doing that is, and it's very hard. I was a designer. I went to design school, and the hardest part in the beginning, the early part of my career, was becoming a manager and managing designers and not being the designer and the creator. That is so difficult, right? Because you want to be the creator, you want to make cool stuff. And it's a similar situation where you want to create all the cool shit in your head, but if nobody uses it in the community, what is it worth, right?
Exactly. It reminds me of the Silicon Valley episode where they build out the Pied Piper's hat and they love it. Their engineering friends love it, but when they give it to just the community, everyone thinks it's like, it's not user friendly, it's too engineer oriented, and it's just not a fun product to use. And that's the trap that I myself, I know I fall into. So it's important to open up to that feedback and be open to implementing those new means.
Yeah.
So that's one of the two.
Oh, you got another.
Second,
Awesome.
yeah, the second one, I would say, I'll do this one a lot quicker, is there's always more than one way to do things.
Ooh.
I would always think, or not that I would always think, but I feel like at times we would be stuck in a trap where we're trying to accomplish something. And we were trying to accomplish something and we would be stuck on it for a few days, a few weeks, or sometimes even a couple months. And we're like, we have to get this done this way, or it's not going to work out. But it really takes stepping back from that situation and challenging those fundamental assumptions, saying, do you have to do it this way? What if you strip away those assumptions and think, what if we did it a different way? Can we still reach that same end goal? And it's a matter of having that humility and being humble to actually step back and say, you know what, maybe we don't have to do it like this. Instead of wasting all that time thinking you have to accomplish it that way, actually being open to, you know what, kind of going back to the drawing board and doing it the right way.
Right.
So that humility is important as well.
Dude, Ferb, and one of my lessons that I can speak to you about is you don't realize what I just did there, but I just made content gold for our YouTube channel and for your community on Twitter. Because I've been doing this for a long time, so I know exactly how to get some good content. And you just delivered 4 minutes of amazing mentorship leadership advice. So fantastic thoughts, and I really appreciate that insight. Now to you, Wicked. Love your top two as well. If you only can think of one, that would be great. But, you know, it's just really cool, not only that you guys are entrepreneurs, but you're doing in this Web3 space and building a metaverse, like really cool things that I think you can help teach our community and the general space as a whole.
So, I just to piggyback off of what Ferb said, his first lesson, I agree with him, and I think fusing together with the community is important. And I think that our job becomes materializing these collective ideas and perceiving everything that comes from the community is something coming down from the ethers. And we're the ones blessed enough to get to sort of be digital matter and mold our skill sets to get that for them and produce it for them. No different from a waiter in a restaurant serving somebody what they want from dinner. And entire restaurant contributing. I don't know why I'm going crazy with restaurant metaphors, but it's applicable here.
It's all good.
Yeah. And it's in that sense, it's sort of like similar. The new AI software, when you just input the word or 2 words or phrase of what you want the AI software to create, that's Ferb's in my job for the community. You know, we have this overarching vision of what LeapN is, build your own metaverse. A child should be able to roll over out of bed and then build the dream they just had in the future once we've done our job right.
Yeah.
And share that with a spouse 20 years down the road. So that's a quote by Terrence McKenna, I believe, that I sort of grasped onto. And that's what inspires me, is giving everyone the opportunity to build the dreams they have and be able to share that with their future spouse. To me, that sounds like a hell of a platform to build.
I love
like
that
that.
take on that, man. I haven't even thought about that. That is really, really, really cool idea. Thank you for sharing that too as well. More internet gold right there. And so, Ferb, I know you got cut. I mean, Wicked, I know you got cut off a little bit. I feel like you got a majority of your story in there. We were pretty much at the end. In believe it or not, we've almost been talking for an hour already. So I would like to, I still think we can take 10, 15 minutes. And then we can get into the live demo and give away one of those sweet VIPs. Actually, even in a half hour. But I definitely don't want to miss this part of the conversation. Please, please, please. And I'll start with you, Wicked. I'll kind of lay the groundwork, right? So when we talked in December, you had just shipped us, I think it was like a elf skin or a machine skin, I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly what you called it. And then you sent us a jetpack, and we were
Yep.
ripping around, leaping in, and having a blast. And you had, one of the functionalities that blew us away was the real early OpenSea integration. Like I think it was just the kiosk that showed what was possible, but it wasn't functional yet. So
Yeah.
take us from that moment in time, and feel free to pepper in some of those learning experiences or wins and losses, and just tell us that story over the last 6 to 7 months since it's been. And then once you're done, Wicked Ferb, then it's to you to kind of tack on to anything from your perspective that you want to add in.
Okay. What a blast in the past. Do you
Yeah.
remember, did we have any metaverses live outside of that post-apocalyptic demo at that?
So
We had Ape.
I
you
I
had the
thought
ape
you
one.
had it was like a test. It was a test island, is what we were on.
Okay.
And you
So
had the ape verse as well too.
years ago.
Yes.
I think that
Yeah.
was it though. There was not
Okay.
anything else.
So for the Ape Gang world, which is called Ape City, we built up this Roblox looking obstacle course in the sky, and to get there, you scale a skyscraper to get to the top, and then you can compete in this obstacle course. And that gave them a couple of community event nights worth of sort of entertainment, and they tweeted out that some of the best publicity Twitter's ever, LeapN Twitter has ever received has been from Ape Gang as well as Meta Travelers, which was another world that we worked with Meta Travelers to launch. The difference is that LeapN built sort of a bare bones version of what their world might look like, and then we connected them with one of our top level designers, and then they sort of took the ball and ran with it. They ended up hiring a producer who worked on Halo, the Xbox game, and they did just
Awesome.
a job. It's just such a gorgeous world that Meta Travelers did. So their founders are just super creative. And then we had a community member introduce us to the Metaverse project, and we got to work with them and create a Metaverse metaverse. So we're trying to build them a chess game that's taking a little bit longer than we thought it would.
Yeah.
So that's that project, and then we'll be able to deliver that to them. And we started focusing on the LeapN Lux Resort, which was a promise that we gave our Founders Deed holders, which our Founders Deed worlds are 500 acres each, and it's that promise where you can build your own metaverse any way you want. So we had promised a long time ago that in order to get them traffic for their worlds, we would build something called Founders Cove on this sort of test island, as you stated. And so we are launching this island called the Lux Resort on September 14th, and it's 3,333 Lux plots. And then there's going to be the Founders Cove, where all our Founders Deed holders get an entire acre to show a tease of what their world will be. And then in early 2023, we start paying off the worlds, and we start publishing those little by little. So we have all 3 worlds up by the end of 2023 on this desktop app, which we hope will be a blockchain Steam killer. Steam, but with the blockchain, and it's called LeapN. So the desktop app launches in about a month as well. Ferb put his heart and soul into that desktop app. It looks beautiful, and it'll only look better. We got official software license to where when you download it, it's not going to give you this whole, are you sure you want to download this? That message that I get when I try to download like Discord or something like that.
Yeah.
It's an app. So he put a lot of work into that. I'm very proud of what Ferb did there.
That's amazing.
That's my update. Anything else I say will sound like I'm shilling the new collection, but there's so many wonderful things about it. We'll save that for another question, I guess.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I would say from that, a lot of work done. I remember you even talking about like can't wait to gamify it and give away things for a community. Sounds like you did that. Would love to hear. Actually, Ferb, you follow up on that, and then
I was just saying,
I
let
have some
Ferb go. Let
questions.
Ferb
So
go.
Ferb, add on to that or take a different angle, whatever comes to mind on kind of what
Mhm.
Wicked just said.
Right on. So I'll focus just on one part. I'm not sure if Adam glanced over it or not, but the last time we were on the show here,
Mhm.
our
Matt, you
biggest innovation.
just in
Sorry?
case Maddie's off camera, I'm just letting him know in case it's helpful.
He is actually on
I see
camera right
Maddie.
now. He's
I
good.
look like I'm on camera.
I don't know what you're
Yep.
looking
Yeah.
at.
I
Oh,
just think
don't look
the
at
good
Discord,
internet.
man. Don't look at Discord. Discord is
Yeah, yeah,
not going
yeah.
to show you what shows up on the stream, but thank you for thinking about it.
Okay. No worries. So I will focus on just one particular part. The last time we were on this show, one of the most recent innovations we did was the in-game minting. Like
Okay.
Mikey was talking about, you walk up to a
Yeah.
kiosk, you mint
I
it
love
directly
that.
in-game.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that we were the first in the industry to pioneer that directly in-game in a photorealistic Unreal Engine type environment. And since then, probably the next innovation we're most proud of, again, first to the market, is to deliver multiplayer collaborative co-building in real time in a photorealistic
Shit.
metaverse experience built in Unreal. And that's actually part of the demo that we'll be showing you guys today.
Oh, bro. So what you're saying is we're going to have some midlife community events where we build the midlife headquarters together in LeapN. Is that what
Exactly.
you're saying?
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
my lordy. I'm excited
and
now.
yeah, it's a matter of always directing our development, building the metaverse the way we want it to be and the way the community wants it.
Right.
So we don't want people to only be confined to downloading an app, building your scene or objects, importing it, then going back in the app and playing and seeing it. No, we want people to be able to be standing next to each other, pull open their builder, drop a table beside them, sit down, eat, plant a garden around them while they eat, and build out this whole scene in real time together. So
Right.
that's what we have made and what we'll continue to develop and deliver on in the near term.
Dude, so freaking cool. I love it. Go ahead, Maddie.
So, yeah. So here's my question. And because you were kind of giving us an update from then till now, right? But let's acknowledge that the environment, the NFT space has changed quite a bit from then till now. So my question is to both of you, or either whoever wants to answer, how has that affected this? Right? The market is definitely different. The mentality of a lot of the people is different. How are you guys responding to that? What are you guys excited about? Obviously, you found a way to still thrive and be moving forward in that. What do you think you can attribute that to? All of those type of things. I'm just curious how this market is affecting what you guys are trying to do.
I definitely have a different answer than Adam, so I'll let him go
Okay.
first.
Okay, so I can tell you that
Adam, real quick, your head is cut off.
Oh.
So if you want to tilt your camera up, there you go. Now we're
Perfect.
gonna get.
Garrett's again.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Now go ahead.
Okay. The market gives me this positive pressure to make sure that what we're building is that much cooler. We are the guys. We're the guys in space right now that don't have VC backing. Yet we're the only people that have a published social hub. So that's pretty unique. We're the first to do a 10K 3D NFT avatar collection that are all playable. We're the first to do inside minting, in-game minting, to where you're doing it directly in the game on the Ethereum blockchain without having to go to an outside marketplace in a separate tab. And we're the first to do what Ferb stated, which is this collaborative live co-building experience with that intuitive builder that is as simple as canva.com in terms of just being able to drag and drop what you want to build what you want. The SDK that'll come out about 12 weeks after our launch will enable 3D artists and other people to bring in 3D assets and avatars as well. And the reason why I guess I just got into sales mode is because I felt the pressure of your question even then. It's like a trigger word. It's like I absolutely feel the pressure of how the market's evolved. We have a live product. I want to make sure that we stay desirable to the marketplace. It's
Got it.
important for fun. Ferb just
Yeah.
added on a whim based on community member input, player versus player targeting with health meters. So you can just draw out a sword. I choose Maddie, and now we're sword fighting to the death, and then we after. So it causes us to be a lot quicker and more proactive. In short.
I love it.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
And so to piggyback off that, just to touch on, and if you don't want to disclose this information, we can move on. But you talked about you don't have VC backing, so
Right.
you're not getting funding that way.
Right.
You are still a metaverse. How is the monetization there? Because you obviously still are sustaining, so it is not off secondary sales at this point. What does that look like? Can you anything you can share about that? Because that's something we preach really big here, especially NFT 2.0, which will come in the next bull market. I think 90% of the projects will have to answer that question. How do you monetize post secondary or more than just secondary sales?
For sure. So getting as many revenue streams in game as possible that add fun to the experience is our plan. And getting that transactional fee off of each item sold in game.
Right.
And in doing fresh things that no one, to our knowledge, has done. So, for example, we feel that blockchain makes it possible for us to add level map extensions to the game. So you can expand the entire game for paying Ethereum, and then you become a profit participant in that new level. So creative meetings with our devs and us, and we tell them what the sort of skeleton, creative, and mechanics are of this brand new bio terrain, and then they sort of give their input, and it's just huge collaborative process that they're essentially buying into, and they get to be profit participants. So as long as we keep evolving in terms of both game mechanics and experience, and also revenue streams like that,
right.
I think we're going to be good. I think that's our solution.
I love it. No, I think that's a good answer. And so have any of these monetization mechanisms, are they in place? Are they coming?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're putting them in launch.
Okay.
Actually, the minting we're enabling the minting about 3 weeks after launch, right?
Well, I mean, like the jetpacks, they were going to be for sale in game next week on the private launch. As far as
Gotcha.
like more NFT integrations, that'll just be rolled out steadily
Yep.
after.
Yep. And what I mean, even think about that, right? Like, dude, well, you can have an NFT minting party. If we years down the road decide to come out with an NFT, or where there's a really hyped NFT that we all have pre-sale spots to, we all can meet in the metaverse and mint it together. Like, how cool is that? Just adds an extra layer to that process. So cool, man. So cool.
So we still need to hear, Ferb, your take on what it's like in this market from then till now. That's what I still want to hear.
Yep.
Because Mike, you did an add-on. I want to hear Ferb's take.
Yeah, so it's funny because my answer is opposite to Adam. They don't contradict each other, but they just have a different perspective.
Okay.
So what I see in this bear market is that there's actually less pressure in a way, because back when everything was very bullish, people were expecting something new every single day. And that put a lot of pressure on us to have that turnaround of new updates every day, new cool things to stay ahead of everyone else. So again, I'm not contradicting what Adam said. I think what he's trying to say is we need to make sure that we are delivering things that people want and that people like. But I don't think it's a matter of delivering something new every day to keep the attention going. Rather, with this bear market, people aren't expecting that fast frenzy of these new things being pushed. Like, I feel like we actually have time to step back and develop things out properly and then roll them out when they're ready and surprise everyone when they're ready. So that less pressure, I think, is definitely noticeable and definitely changed, where we can finally sink our teeth in and build this thing.
Yeah.
That's what
But
I've noticed.
do you think though okay? So I hear what you're saying with less pressure, but would you agree that you're almost under almost like a more magnification in terms of the microscope because there's fewer people in the space, right? A lot of people just left the space because it wasn't exciting anymore, right?
Mhm.
So now the people that are left have a pretty good idea what they're looking for. Do you think there's something to be said for the stuff they do see they're going to be very particular about? And I mean, you guys
Oh,
are, you
100%.
know,
Yeah.
so it's almost like I get what you mean, less pressure, but yet when you do reveal something, you know there's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of scrutiny. I mean, how do you guys manage that?
We got lucky. I mean, we did a Founders Seed World Holders roundtable today where we showed a lot of holders who hadn't been in our server in a while the update with the Lux Resort, and they got to leap in and experience it, and they were dazzled by it. So we
Yeah.
got
Hmm.
praise from our community, and it was very validating.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
And
I would push back a little bit, Matt, with what Ferb said though. I do think since they're already a project that there is not as much pressure there. I see where you're going, Matt, with new projects, absolutely. Izu being an example, or Meme Land, or any of these big new like Operation Sim when that reveals, they better do something phenomenal, or else people are just not going to care. Since LeapN is already an established project, I think there is a little less pressure. But for I want to hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
yeah,
What were you saying,
so
Ferb?
there
Did you get
there
wrecked?
is so no, it's just
He's
there's like
deep in
three different
thought.
perspectives. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which of you three do I answer first. I
Hmm.
guess I'll touch on Adam's point. I wouldn't say we're lucky. I'd say we're fortunate that the work we've been investing over the past while, that we just updated our OG community on today, has spoken for itself, where it's reassuring to know like they're on board with us putting time into what we believe is best for our sustainability and to deliver on their utility. So being under that microscope and being vulnerable to that scrutiny, I think as long as you're staying true to the vision and the promise, then I think that it's easier to navigate and you can do it, I think, more confidently.
Ferb,
Interesting.
let me just throw in this side comment as you
Yeah.
complete the statement here. We talked about it one night, and Ferb and I had a huge epiphany. Ferb was talking about his apps that didn't go anywhere, and I, without even thinking, I was like, "Bro, you weren't working on those apps. You were working on LeapN. That was part of this project. You just didn't know it." And what I didn't realize at the time was the same was true for me on all those TV shows I produced. That was everything I'm using in LeapN, and that's all those sort of for me. Um, feeling as if my soul was corroding in the TV biz. And for Ferb, feeling as if identifying those things at the time as failures are what caused us to be so driven and ruthless with our work ethic. Like we're
Yeah.
machine. And I'm proud of that. Like I've never worked so hard in my life, and I've
Yeah.
never had fun doing it.
Yeah.
So
No, I love
All
that
right.
answer. Maddie and I actually think about that a lot too. Like
Yeah.
people talk about a lot about our rapport and what we can do on camera. But what they didn't see was the hundreds of hours we streamed to nobody for years on end. And no one, we glazed past it in the beginning, but we've been friends for over 30 years. We've been building our whole
Yeah, I
life
caught
to
that.
this point, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great epiphany, and when you have that, you realize like, oh shit, yeah, all of this was building up to something for a reason. I love that, man. I love that. I love that. Just extra tidbit of info there.
Yeah. And that
Maddie,
mentality.
any follow ups to kind of what you were trying to get at?
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I'm not saying that again, I'm agreeing with everything that was being said. I just think that this market's unique, right? And so to Mike, to what you said, yes, people are you can say that about about new projects, but I just think people are more critical in general, right? And maybe
Yeah.
not critical,
Yeah.
but maybe apprehensive is a better word, right?
That's the right
A
word.
lot of people have been burned, so everybody's kind of like, I just want to dip
Mhm.
my toe in the pool to make sure I'm not going to get hurt here. And so I think that that's an overriding mentality. I think we can all agree that that's kind of how the space is now. And so I do think it's interesting to be a current project that was already there. You've seen the highs and you've seen the lows, and to be able to kind of maneuver in that space. And I think it's something that's commendable. And I think that you guys are doing that very well. And I mean, you keep releasing more information. You keep showing people what's going on. It keeps getting better and better and better, which is of course name of the game, right? You're keeping that attention there, but there is something to be said about how this market is, and it's a crazy market. And I was more curious, is have you guys encountered anything or any lessons, or did you have to make any pivots and maybe say, well, if this is like, I mean, remember in December, phew, I mean, you could make an NFT out of anything and people, it was just going to sell out. It was crazy, right? I think what you guys have is something, and when we talked to you, we said that, right? You're building something real. This is something that's there and people are going to be able to utilize and have a good time in. I think that that is one of the things that Mikey and I have talked a lot about. What allows projects to sustain through the winter is that mentality and that type of utility. And that word's overused now in the space, but that's truly the word it is, right? That's what you guys are bringing to the table. And I just think that it's interesting to navigate that. And if there's anything you guys have learned or maybe had, like I said, had to pivot since then.
Ferb, do you want to go?
I have to think on that. Give me a sec.
And
I
maybe the
haven't
answer is
begun
no.
anything.
Maybe the answer is you're just sticking to your game plan and you're executing well.
Right.
I talked to I was a friend invited me to this house party in Malibu and
Yeah.
taking a day off in a while, and Ferb and I can read each other pretty well, and he
Yeah.
was like, figure out how to take a break, man, figure it out. And luckily somebody invited me to this house thing, so I go there, and the house is right on the ocean,
Right.
and there's 30 of us, and we all get into the ocean, and the owner of the house, who's a buddy, starts to instruct us all. I'm going to teach you guys a trick. You're going to dunk your head in the ocean fully 25 times, like not like water torture, but
Yeah.
20 your own pace, and and we're going to talk after that. So we all did that, and then we went on the beach, and he said he's very spiritual, and we just all cleansed our negativity. And whether you're spiritual or not, or believe in that stuff or not, I can tell you, I felt this childlike love and laughter all over
Yeah.
me. Felt better in my life. And we all
It's
meditated
awesome.
and we ate this delicious sushi. And I met all these people. One of the people there sold a company. He had sold his first company at age 18 for over $1 million. And now he's 50 something. He sold this, his most recent conquest was a health tech company, sold it for over $1 billion. Now he's doing a venture trust company. And I talked to him about LeapN. And his wife is actually doing work in Web3.
Yeah.
And he said, after he heard me speak, he said, so companies that I've noticed have sort of two phases that they go through, sort of like a stunt in growth. It's after they break $1 million, which is what we broke last year,
Yeah.
and it's then the next one is after they break 15 million bucks. Uh, After you can get past that second stump, it's fairly easy to make it to 100 million bucks. And I was just
Huh.
like, what? And what he was saying, it was just like, I had that feeling inside of me, like this guy knows his stuff. So
Yeah.
he volunteered to give us some free advising. So we haven't done that yet, but we're going to do it. So I would say that the hard part for us is something that you said earlier, Mikey, which was not being the creator anymore and being the manager. It's very
Mhm.
Ferb and I to not be everything CEOs and to really sort of. And I'm not the CEO. Ferb is. Ferb's the creator and the CEO for the record. And I report to Ferb. So I am the COO and sort of the chief creative, I guess. Even though he's like the master creative because he created
Yeah.
it. Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's complicated. But that is the tough thing. It's letting go and entrusting all the very talented and capable people, and being the the guys who get the resources and make sure
Sure.
that so that the team is eating dinner and keeping the lights on. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, that is even more internet gold. Damn, dude, that was
Yeah.
fantastic. I
Yeah.
love that. Ferb, did that spark any thoughts, or are you just as blown away as I am by that response?
I think this whole experience, Web3, whether it's bull to bear, metaverse, whatever you want to call it, definitely has helped all of us come to these realizations about life and how we need to balance our lifestyles, our work, our home life, our mental health, physical health. And that's definitely lessons learned. Maybe that's a lesson that has been learned through the bear market, that we put all this hype and energy into something, and then we realize what things have we missed out on in our life because of that, whether it's family, maybe our other passions and hobbies, or just catching up with the people that maybe we've been putting to the side because we've been so busy. So maybe reconnecting to that part of us, I think, is maybe a lesson learned. I'm not saying that's for everyone, but definitely for
Yeah.
me, like um,
The balance.
going back to, yeah, that balance in my life.
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, Mikey's big on that. He's
That gave
big
me a
on
little
the
bit
balance.
chills, man. You spoke to
Yeah.
my heart there.
For
You
sure.
know,
And I mean, I
it's
think
balance is so big, man, for me. So big.
it is. However, yeah, I think we can all agree. Look, there's a time to sprint, right? And then, but you
Mhm.
do have to always be regrounded, right? And so, not everything can be this perfect. I can spend equal amounts of time with all of these, precious areas of my life. But
Absolutely.
what's nice, what I think what you said, what was great is that utilizing a bear market to reconnect with that is a fantastic way to do it. And it sounds like both of you guys has made that a priority, and that's going to be huge. I mean, no question at all. Yeah, I mean, okay, so there's a book called The E-Myth Revisited, and it really breaks down the concept of what you guys are talking about by going from a technician to a leader. And it's hard, right? It keeps using the example, like, just because you can make, you might be an excellent cook or an excellent, let's say, pastry chef or something like that, and all of your friends are like, oh, you should open up a business making cupcakes and cookies and all these things, and everybody will tell you that. But just because you're good at making cookies doesn't mean you're good at running a business making cookies. They are two totally different things. And so it is a big leap to go from one to the other. And I think it's really cool that you guys are being honest with your conversation about that, because let's get real honest, right? In this space, especially when it was blowing up, how many people were just in the space, had a little bit of knowledge, maybe they moderated a project, and suddenly they're like, we're going to do our own project. We know enough. And
Yeah.
just assuming because you were part of a project, or maybe you helped moderate a project, that suddenly you understand what it's like to run a project and have all of that responsibility. Just two different, very different things. And I think it's cool that you guys, you guys went in prepared for that, but you're still acknowledging it's tough, right? There's a lot to balance there. It's easy to get burned out. There's a tremendous amount of responsibility. And just using terms like CEO, COO, if you're not thinking of a project like that, you're missing it, right? This can't just be a couple buddies, we're going to go make $1 million, right? This is a business. How do we make it work? How do we deliver on the things that we said we're going to do? And you got to be thinking big picture, and it just takes a lot of work. So I think it's commendable.
Yeah. Well,
Absolutely.
if I can just comment on that,
Sure.
what's in that in my head, again, we joined LeapN because I won't speak for Fur, but I was a bit disheartened from, my experience of in my head, I had this like, oh, documentary it's canceled and my dream died, and just feeling
Yeah.
sorry for it.
Yeah.
I recovered from that train of thought, thankfully. But I forgot what I was going to say, man. I just went on a dumb tangent.
Dude, I drank
Knucklehead
I drank so much alcohol in my 20s. I do that all the time. The fact that I still have a functioning brain is pretty miraculous. So, I get it, bro. It's all good.
Yeah.
We'll think about it when we play
Sure.
LeapN. When we leap. By the way, there is a lot of chat getting jazzed
Yeah.
on the fact that they can actually leap in. And someone just asked, do I have to download anything? And I was like, no, this is a magical little space that these two gentlemen have created. You just need to go to a web
Yup.
browser. You just need to go to a web browser, and that's it.
Yeah, I think it might be time to start doing that.
Yeah, real quick. I think the last thing is any kind of final words about. I mean, damn, the journey up to this moment that we're about to go leap in with community we've built, community you've built, and any last things there before we jump in about the project, and then you can start explaining to us how the hell I do this, because I really don't know what I'm doing either.
So buying into our community. Okay, so buying into our community, you are buying into the opportunity to co-create this platform that is the equivalent of the protagonist from Ready Player One.
Mm-hmm.
That is in juxtaposition to buying into another metaverse game, which we might secretly deep down think would be the equivalent antagonist of Ready Player One. So, right, who do you want to support? Do you want to be the customer, or do you want to be the creator and the monetizer? That's
okay.
I love this. You guys are really using that Ready Player One and all these little
but it's so
concepts that
good.
you
It's
have.
so good.
It's so good. And I am, damn it, man, we might have to figure out a way where we can do continual content here for you but like just game demos and updates like on maybe a monthly, bi-monthly basis, because I really want to start including our community. Because like we said, we kind of started our tight-knit exclusive community, and I want to utilize them to make cool shit in this space. So I'm excited. And with that being said, Wicked, anything off of, Ferb, anything off what Wicked said, or are you good to go and load this bad boy up?
Oh, I'm good to go. I think it'll speak for itself when people are leaping in.
All right,
and
cool.
And Ferb's going to lead you guys to leap in, and I'm going to stay outside of the portal, and I'm going to go over how to play the game while everyone's sleeping in with Ferb.
Okay.
So can I share my screen in Discord for everyone to see my gameplay? Will that carry over to the stream?
So do you want me to do it, or do you want me to share your screen?
However you want to do it for your show, whatever's best.
So I don't know. From your
if
perspective,
Mike does it, it'll be cleaner.
It'll be cleaner if I just share my web browser and do it, and you kind of direct me around where to go.
That's fine.
Is that cool?
Sounds good.
And
that's totally cool.
And if there's specific things that you need me to do, I will do that.
Cool. I will be in there too, so you can always like follow me around, and I can kind of give a tour.
Hell yes, you're gonna be our virtual LeapN tour guide. Now here is the magic situation that's about to happen. Anyone watching, we had over 30 people. We're hovering around 30 people. You all can do exactly what we're about to do. We're going to share an exclusive link with you, and you're going to be able to leap in. Most of you obviously are in front of a computer or have an internet connection. You can't do this on your mobile phone, right? This is desktop browser only.
Correct.
Right. So this desktop browser, is there a preferred browser?
Chrome is usually best.
Chrome browser.
You need something to connect MetaMask with. Yeah.
Yep. You need a MetaMask wallet to connect to the Chrome browser.
No, you don't.
Oh, you don't even need it. That's right.
No, you do. You do. This demo does need MetaMask. It does.
Oh.
You won't in the future, but this particular demo, you need to connect your MetaMask, have a Chrome account, and a stable internet connection, and you'll be able to rip around with us. We're going to put the link in both chats, the Twitch and the YouTube chat. It's the link that you sent in the group DM, right?
I actually sent it in the chat as well, but I will send it in the group DM again, and also send the instructions for people to access it.
Group.
So
wait.
I got the link here.
All right, cool.
And then I got steps so that people can reach the actual resort.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm switching over. Now I've got our videos on the side. I've got the whole web browser situation going on here. I'm going to click on the I have read and agreed because everyone always reads those agreements. Fortunately, you can't see my MetaMask situation pop up.
Ferb, congratulations. We finally own the Midlife Crisis podcast. Great job.
Thanks for agreeing.
Okay, let's see here. Recently used. Let's do this. Get back up. Got to get that MetaMask joint connected. I am unlocking it. By the way, people, you can follow along. We are going to paste. Maddie, can you take care of that? Taking out of Discord, paste it in the chats.
Yeah, I can do that. Yep, I'll do that.
Shit, man. Looks like it's loading here.
Yeah, you're going to have to refresh. It should be prompting your MetaMask. Or click on your MetaMask extension. I think it's waiting for you to connect.
Oh, I know. I said confirm. So I'm looking at my MetaMask.
I still think I see a notification on your end. Can you just click the MetaMask icon on your toolbar, please?
Yeah. So if I click it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go. There we go. It's good.
Yeah, I think it was just loading.
And everyone, this is the desktop app user interface that you're seeing via web browser, and it's just a tease. We're going to remove some steps and make it less cumbersome, but the way it's built now is for several different experiences to populate it, to where you're leaping into one of many different experiences.
Right.
Yeah, not only the luxury resort, but other worlds as well.
Right. And did you put some?
Everything's in chat, FYI.
Oh, okay, cool. You did it for YouTube and Twitch, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now I hear noise. That gets me excited. So what am I doing here? Just connect username.
Click the LeapN portal, and you'll be taken into the early version of our desktop interface.
Right. And it's laggy if you're in certain regions. So if you're experiencing any lag in the game, just tell us what region you're in, because we get to send that to our team, and then they get to make those regions faster. Not for this turnaround before.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so now I get to select my avatar.
You get to click in, and there you go.
%. Now remember, what you're seeing on stream is a little bit delayed for it's not going to be, real time. Of course,
right.
I am going to be a Hape because I was an OG Hape mod. So there's no way I cannot.
And a little LeapN and Hape history. Before the 10K collection, when it was just being illustrated, the very first models, Digimittal was one of our early friends in the space, and he wanted to see what Hapes look like in the metaverse. So he turned over those 3D models. They're historical in that sense. Those are two of Digimittal's first ever 3D avatars that he himself did.
I love it. I freaking love it. Okay, I put my name in. I press enter. Do I click on something else or?
Click on Explorer tab in the top.
Oh, okay. All right. So now we're going to the feature world. We're clicking to LeapN.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Ooh,
we're loading.
Nice.
We're loading.
The left and right mouse button are grapple hooks. So you can shoot them onto cliff rocks in the ocean, pirate ship sails, even the sand on the beach. And as soon as it grapples onto it, you just press your space bar and it lunges your character toward the grapple hook.
Oh, holy shit. Is that you, Ferb?
Yeah, that's me with the speech bubbles.
Oh my god, this is awesome. I love this. Dude,
yeah.
Who thought my job would be talking to amazing humans running around a high fidelity metaverse streaming? This is awesome.
And to jump high, the W key.
What's the W key?
W.
Spam the W key to jump really, really, really high. It's double jump, triple jump, and then you have your.
That's bitchin'. Hell yeah!
There it is.
Yes, this is so cool, dude. All right, Ferb. Spazoinks is in here. Nectar03. You knew Spazoinks was gonna be in.
Yes, I love it.
Immediately.
Everybody get in there. By the way,
Dude.
I'd just like to say, Mike, sorry, I got to do a little detour here. We have had a ton of people chatting on YouTube, and we are at 199 subs, and we were there at the beginning of the stream.
What
which
the
means
hell, people?
Not a single person that's new here has clicked that subscribe button. I'm
Come
just
on,
saying my heart's a
people.
little hurt. My
Come
heart's a
on.
little hurt.
Let me do it myself.
Who wants to
Let me
be
do it
number
myself.
200? Who's going to be
Wicked's
number
gonna do it.
200?
Oh, bro, I think you just gave me a jetpack. All right, Ferb, tell us what we're doing. I mean, I'm pretty excited. Stargirl is in here.
Cheers.
I will.
We
let
see it,
Adam
Bonji.
go
Thank you for the
but-
cheers.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this is like an early demo. It's not the live full public version yet. There will be a few bugs, but it's really just a raw experience for everyone to kind of see where we're at, where we're going,
Yeah.
to get a taste for what's coming soon.
Bro,
Look at
this
people
is
flying around.
so
Spazoinks is just, he's just
freaking tight.
going ham right now.
You can draw your sword by pressing the Q button, and then you can attack people by pressing the left and right mouse button, and you're gonna have health meters. And Ferb added Ferb Steps added a way for you to be able to do P versus P, and you'll be able to target anyone you want and engage in battle immediately to the death.
Why would you
Okay.
not want to have that in the metaverse?
Yep. Stargirl is in there.
This is amazing. I mean,
Mickey,
how
make
cool?
sure you press the F key to fly around.
How cool is that? Hold on, sorry. I just clicked on the wrong. Yeah, so I was going to say, how the hell do I fly around? There we go. Now shits. Nectar, what's up? Look, dude, this is so cool. Like you have in the...
Wait.
Dude, look at the founders.
Pull your sword out in the air, Mike. Can you do that?
How do I pull my sword out?
Q.
You gotta
Q.
press Q. You can't do it while you're flying. Sorry,
Oh.
safety first when flying.
Dude,
All right.
safety
Might know
first.
that.
No big trouble in Little China fights.
Dude, but
You
look
will
at
be
the
able to
detail.
You'll be able to shoot guns while you're flying though, because we're gonna have zombie unicorns that attack you while you're on your jetpacks.
This is amazing. Look, we've got the smoke. We've got the freaking volcano in the back. What I love about what you did here, great branding in the sense that, like, I'm now flying around and looking, Lux Pilot Building coming soon. Founders Cove opening soon. Race
Yes.
soon. Like, genius idea. Like, what a cool way to get people excited. Oh, shit, something just happened. Someone's fighting. Hey, somebody's fighting. All right, this is awesome, guys.
Hey, Ferb, show them the game that you created, and let's do a giveaway.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good.
Do it. Do it.
All right, let me.
Hold on, I
I
gotta
gotta fly. I gotta go hide something.
Yeah, so while he does that,
I'm gonna
if anyone-
fight Spazoinks. I'm gonna kick his ass. Spazoinks is going down. You're cooked. Can I fight to the death now or no?
Yeah, we turned it off because we were killing everybody in the demo. So somebody like killed me in the demo, and we didn't have spot capabilities, so we were having to refresh the browser every time.
Yeah.
We'll
Spazoinks
turn
is
it
the
on.
only person. I finally hit him. He's just been kicking my ass. I'd be dead right now.
Yeah.
Dude, what a
So-
great idea. All right, go ahead,
And
Fred.
if you,
Brandon, you're saying in the chat, can we mint still? So we have an upcoming mint for this island where people can mint plots to build their own attractions. But
Right.
we still do have NFT collections like this. This island's built on top of our previous
Dude.
collection, which are our worlds, which stack a bunch of the worlds together to build this. So you can always check out our Twitter to learn more about our existing collections.
yeah, in a nutshell, we have Founders Feed Worlds. They're 500 acres apiece. Every world holder gets 1 acre to build on in the upcoming Founders Cove. And this collection that launches September 14th is 3,333 luxury plots. So if you want to think ahead of time and get a jetpack, go for
Dude,
it.
Mike, look at that yacht. Look at that yacht. Just floating in the air.
I'm sorry. Matt gets real excited about yachts. He didn't mean to cut you
Sorry,
off.
I got
Okay,
distracted.
3,300 and
Go
what?
back.
No, it's okay. Let's pivot here. So the first person who owns 30 plots from this upcoming collection will be airdropped the NFT for the yacht, and you'll be able to monetize it and sell tours.
What a bitchin' idea. You guys have thought of all of it. Bongi, thanks for the cheers.
Yep, we love it.
Oh, look, dude, listen to that. I got a bunch of like rainforest animal noises now that I'm over top of the forest.
Wow. Oh, I thought somebody gave you that on YouTube or something. Got it.
No, the sound design is fantastic in this. Is the sound in the game too loud? That's my only concern, is that I'm overpowering
I
our
can hear it
voices.
at all.
I can't hear it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let me check.
It is.
Oh, man.
It is large and in charge of my ears, dude.
Yeah.
The zoinks is.
I was just about to do the contest, Adam, but someone's literally standing right beside me, so I had to go somewhere else.
I shouldn't have announced it. I should have just DM'd you. My apology, man. Everyone's on to you now.
No, we got someone in our community, Nectar, here. He's been a world holder for a while, and every time I leap into this demo, they're always in here, and it's like, hey, how's it going? I love it.
I
awesome.
mean, I'm trying to go on this little amusement ride situation you got going on over here.
I think we put a
Those
physics block around it. Yeah. It's not functional quite yet. In the tree houses, if you go to the giant tree house forest,
Okay.
you'll see all these little tree houses. So we're building each one out to be a separate theme. We got a Alice in Wonderland theme. We have a trap house, just different themes. If you go toward the ocean, you'll see the fleet of pirate ships.
Yes.
And the game is to try to make it inside of the ships without getting blasted by the cannonballs.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, and
I
the vision
love
will
how
really-
you've just created. I mean, this is what the cool thing about the metaverse too is, in my opinion, is there's just all these like games within games, and then you really start thinking about, like you said, like you and Ferb are only two people. When you open this up to hundreds of thousands of people, think about all the cool ass shit people are
my
gonna build.
gosh, it's gonna be nuts.
You know,
And that's what the SDK is all about, to get those people's creations in the game.
right.
So
I mean, dude,
imagine,
you got a roller coaster, bro.
Yeah.
I know. So imagine having a plot and scrubbing through the marketplace and being like, okay, I want this mini game on my plot. So that's the idea here. Some of them are going to be free. Some of them are going to cost money.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
And is there any way to monetize your plot if you wanted to do so?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
For sure.
Of course.
Come
Come on, Ferb was
is,
almost offended with that question.
Mikey G, can you please come to my name? I want you to show everybody some pretty cool things.
I'm coming.
You'll see me in the distance.
One question. Is there a speed boost button? Because this could get cumbersome.
Ooh.
You have to hold the machine elf, and then you get a speed boost. And we haven't added that mechanic in quite yet, but machine elves are our Genesis PFP collection.
Hold on. I have a machine elf.
Then you're set, bro. Yeah.
Well, how do I boost then? I thought it was in my
The speed boost
wallet.
isn't ready yet. The mechanics are still being built out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll be able to boost around. Hell yeah.
You'll be set. Yeah, we take care of the elf holders. There's only 600, and that floor is going to skyrocket over time, as you can imagine. I think the floor now is like 0.05 or 0.07, one of those two.
Yeah, dude, I love how the chat's coming up in real time. There's a chat on the side. Yeah, this is all super cool.
And if you press enter, you get to shoot out those chat bubbles, by the way. And then if you press C, you get to see the emoji. And we're updating those emojicon options. What you're seeing now was literally just like some jokes. Our
Right.
devs, like in a comical way, he was trolling us by giving us like the worst emojis possible.
Yeah,
And we were like, dude. So we play pranks on each other. That was one of them.
that's super cool.
Yeah.
Where the
We go
hell
into
are
the demo.
you?
We're
Ferb?
throwing lemons up. Yeah, keep coming. It's a big island, 4,000 acres.
Dude, this is bitchin'. I want to create so many cool things.
Can you imagine 3,000 people, or however many? We have a 2 plot per wallet limit, but you got to factor in all the founders deed holders, the golden plot holders who are going to get a next gen plot, and the alpha plot holders who are going to get their alpha plot. There are only 10 of those. There are only 100 of the golden plot holders. So, or the next gen plot holders rather. All these people building something simultaneously. This is going to be such a insane island of art.
Yeah.
So we're super stoked to see what happens here.
I did. It's really, and this is all built in the browser.
Yep. Keep going, Mike. I know you got a ways.
Oh, I've got some
big
time.
map. I just want to show you one of the cool hidden attractions, Mike.
Look at the birdies. Oh, birdies flying. Dude, the animals in this forest are getting real rambunctious. They're getting louder and louder. I see your name floating around. You're showing me some hidden gem.
Me. I am showing you a hidden cavern. All right, are you ready?
I like this. We got a little.
Follow me.
I'm
So
following
don't be scared where I'm about to take you. Okay.
All right.
Don't worry. It'll be safe.
This is
Follow me.
alpha. This is alpha, people. Look at
Where are we
this
going?
Magical. What?
Oh.
You're going in the water, dog?
Dude, this reminds me of one of the houses on ESO, Mike, doesn't it?
Holy shit. Yes, this is ESO, but you can monetize it and it's the metaverse.
Yes.
This is.
What is ESO? Help me.
Elder Scrolls
Online.
That's
That was
our
the
dev's
first
a big-
game we streamed.
Okay, our dev's a big fan of that game. That makes sense.
Holy shit, dude. This is bitchin'. I mean, that's so cool that you can go underneath water and you've created all these hidden little things. You can make a game in here.
Yes.
Love it.
Actually, that's
Exactly.
where. Ferb, is that the ice part?
Not yet. We are just in the intro to the ice part, the temple.
I'm ruining it.
Ooh, he's at a temple.
You're telling me
Dude,
there's
how is
more?
everyone
Ferb's
else
trying to
not
kill me.
following
How
you,
take
Mikey?
this son of a bitch down.
You gotta land first.
Oh, I gotta take my sword out. Ferb is going down.
Press the Q. I'm gonna corner you till then. And again, we're pushing an update next week where you'll actually get a targeting system. You lock on someone and you duel to the death.
Oh, Nectar got here. The man and Stargirl and Spazoinks, they have no clue where I am. They're never gonna find me.
All right.
All right, what are we
Y'all
doing?
should.
I'm loving it. I'm loving
hop on
it.
your jetpack.
What
and,
the hell did
follow
I
me
just
for
do?
the
I just
hidden.
did something cool.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't leave. Okay, you know, 'cause there's. Oh, yes, you press tab. That is the world builder. That's the multiplayer collaborative builder tool, which we can show off pretty soon.
Awesome. I love
All
it.
right, all right.
All right, how do I get out of that?
Yeah, press tab again.
Tab. Tab is just scrolling.
So if it's
Yeah, click.
because we're still working out bugs on it, and you'll have to refresh your browser in the case that pressing tab doesn't cause it to
Yeah.
go over.
So
got
just
it.
click on the
Got
game
it.
window.
Got it.
Click on the game window, right click, and then press tab.
Yeah,
there.
we're good.
Okay.
I got it.
Are you good to go?
Yeah.
Right on. So put your jetpack on.
jetpack. Let's go.
And
Wait.
did you know the secret room has a secret room?
Dude, see, this is all Maddie and I's childhood dreams.
Yeah.
Is the
Mikey,
jetpack
find
F?
it. Find it. Find the
Yeah,
secret
jetpack's
room.
F. Yeah.
Go down.
Oh, we know where.
Go down
secret
under the
room
bridge.
is.
Under the bridge. Under the bridge, Mike.
No, under
Sorry,
the bridge.
that's not.
That's not where the
That's
secret
not
room
where it
is.
Nope, not there.
I might be
Okay,
glitchy
check,
because I'm pressing F and my jetpack is not igniting.
Find
That's
the
okay.
secret
You're
room.
probably gonna
Find-
have to refresh, but you can still spam W to fly with me.
Okay.
But
That's
let's
a-
just go in the secret cave for now.
All right. Wait, let us try to find it. Matt wants to search real quick.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean, come on, this
assuming
is part
it's-
of the game.
Here,
You're
look,
right.
Bazoinks
Here we
found
go.
us.
Here we go.
Is this the ritual secret cave with the chest, or is there something else that I'm
No,
missing?
you'll know it when you're there. It's totally different.
That's true. You will
Okay,
know.
Well,
okay,
you
okay.
kind of gave it away because I can see your name. Is there a way to hide your name? Is the question.
Not yet.
Eventually, not right
Shit.
now.
Look at
Community.
me. Look at me.
Yes. Work on.
Oh boy.
Sorry, my internet is choppy. I'm trying to
Burp.
see where
Burp.
I'm going.
Gave such an-
Ooh, I found it.
Yeah.
I found it.
You find
Except
it?
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, I got to do the double jump. Yep. I
Yeah.
found it. I
Oh,
think
there
I
you are.
found
Yeah,
it.
I'll follow you. I'm pretty
Look
sure
at
you
look
found
at
it. Yeah,
me
you found it.
leading Ferb the way in his own metaverse.
Dude, I'm loving this.
Oh,
There's
now
about to be
we're
an
in-
ice atronach There's
This
gonna be
is
ice atronach. You know it.
amazing.
Dude,
Okay.
Mike, remember the boss in Frostvault that we couldn't beat forever?
Yes.
That's what's happening right
I
now.
think this is the this is the boss right here. I mean, this shit
This is
is
it.
just. This is what I dreamed of when I was a little kid,
Yeah.
and now I have a company with my best friend, talking to cool ass people like you, streaming the metaverse. This still does not compute in my head that this is
Insane.
my reality.
It's insane.
You guys
Hey,
are
we-
amazing.
all manifested each other for being dorks and web.
Exactly. Okay, so is this? I mean, is this a little alpha? Like, is this frozen person
It is.
thing gonna become something?
Yeah, so that's a machine elf. Okay, so
Oh,
if
that
you hold,
is what it looks like.
right, if you hold a machine elf, then you get to avatar as this guy. First of all, second of all, there's going to be a mint station right there that you open up, and it says, well, okay, this will sound ridiculous, but just work with me here. It'll say 5 or 6 ETH, somewhere around that amount. And you're going to watch a sizzle reel that shows you what this level extension is. So you see the broad strokes of the lore and for it. And that's what I was referencing earlier, to where you can add on to the game as you know it.
Ah, gotcha. So it's almost like gamification within being able to buy something to add on to the meta.
Yep.
I mean, this is going to create some insane Reddit pages. That's all I know.
Yes.
Insane Reddit pages. And you guys are going to be so frustrated because you're going to think you're going to be sneaky, and it's going to be like 10 minutes somebody's going to find everything.
Oh my
there
gosh,
is
man.
in this
People just
metaverse.
search everything.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
super cool, dude.
So first it'll be just one person for 5 or 6 ETH to add that level and pay for the devs to build it out. And then we're gonna have the tech to fractionalize that so that everyone can get a piece of it for maybe 0.05.
Ooh, I like that. Good call. And so that was a great question, and
Yeah.
kind of segue. You're working on fractionalization because obviously money is a thing, especially for people right now through this type of market. So you'll have that functionality.
Yes, LeapN is for the people, and it's very important for us to be able to fractionalize that and get it affordable for the sort of diehard gamers who are
Right.
wanting to contribute and be profit participants in that added new level.
Dude, hold on. Bongi is now currently in LeapN. We've got Spazoinks, we've got the man, we've got Stargirl, and now we've got
Well,
Bongi.
Stargirl's lost in the woods somewhere. She needs to press W twice to fly out. That's
did
what the
see
advice is.
Camille, aka Alien, pop up a bubble in the back, and I just saw, I think I'm lost.
That and
Which is fantastic.
Hey,
that and Wen
Holders-
Hair Salon.
Alien is the first female Hape fluencer.
Hell yes, she is.
That's
Guess who I hugged it out with in
Yep.
NFT NYC? And Maddie, Alien.
Who?
Yup.
Awesome.
We met at the hate party. And another tidbit story as we're talking about Alien found these two beautiful human beings on the Midlife Crisis stream in December. Now this shit's full circle, and she's part of your guys' team, right?
I mean, that's an understatement. Alien is one of our key team members. She's invaluable, and I tell her everything about life and work. She's the best.
She is fantastic.
That's awesome.
Dude, that's awesome, man. It's so cool to see that this is all coming together, too. We're both doing what we should be doing. This is fantastic. And it's in the metaverse. So was the game finding the cave, or are we doing another game?
Sure.
I haven't done the game yet. Wow, I was just so excited to show you the cave.
Dude, the cave
let
is
me-
amazing. But I think we have enough
Let me
people in here to start a contest.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
excited.
what this contest is. Instead of, unless you guys want to, we have a metaverse spin to actually do this giveaway.
Okay.
What we can do, it's up to you guys, but what we typically do for demos is I hide an object in a sort of obvious but hidden spot in the map, and the first person to fly around off the jetpack and find it wins the giveaway.
100%. That's what I want to do.
Do it. And
Awesome.
let the English see
Right,
you do
so
it.
Has to turn away from their monitor while Ferb, who just gave away the rules of the game, so it'll be easy for anyone to find.
oh man, yeah. At least the stream's like delayed.
No,
30
but this is
seconds, 30
perfect.
seconds
This
to
is
hide it.
Maddie, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna stare at the floor. You all have to stare straight at the floor. I really need to go
Yeah.
to the bathroom,
I'm sure they're gonna do that.
so I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You all cannot cheat.
Yes.
No
this is
cheating here.
eyes closed. for
Honor
30
code. Honor code.
Honor codes. Stare at the floor, people. And when I
you're
get
right-
back, we're gonna play this badass hide and seek game. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I always do this prematurely. I'm like, hey guys, I'm going somewhere to hide it, and then they see my name and follow me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question. You said somebody plays ESO and they were influenced. They like that a lot. Any other games that you guys play that have been kind of like influential for how you guys built this out?
Yeah, I mean, well, my games were, and I'll let Ferb speak for himself, were Tomb Raider 2, Twisted Metal 2, and Metal Gear Solid. And I learned real quick that I had a huge video game addiction, and I sort of had a quick cold turkey because I knew that I would not only A, not finish high school, but B, not make it through college if I were gaming 24/7.
Dude, I gamed a lot during college. It was amazing. Amazing. But yeah, but I got, man, that Elder Scrolls Online, I mean, from Morrowind to Oblivion to Skyrim and then Elder Scrolls Online, I'm a big fan of those. So they're beautiful environments. They do a great job. But I never got into World of Warcraft, and I know a ton of people were into that. So Ferb, what's your story? What games were like your influences when you think of this?
You know, I love that you asked that. I've had people ask me before, like, what games do you like to play, but never what influenced LeapN. I haven't played video games since like the days of Call of Duty, Black Ops 2 came out. Because like I've been really an entrepreneur in my spare time,
Okay.
doing a lot of projects. So I
Yeah.
still like gaming, but I'd say more what influenced me for LeapN is like Ready Player One, the movie, the promise of having this shared universe, which that's kind of a video game too. But that's
Oh
what I would
yeah,
say.
absolutely. I mean, yeah, the whole idea of that. I mean, it was the oasis, man. I mean, that's what it was. So for you, the influence was the oasis. Now, did you read the book?
Mhm. I did not know. I wanted to, but like I just loved all the Easter eggs from all the movies. Cause I'm a big movie guy, and like they're not gonna have like a Back to Future Easter egg in the book. So I'm like, I don't want to do that.
So they do, but the difference is the age. So like
okay.
so Mike and I are 41, and the movie is perfect for us because we grew up with Battletoads and then just went all the way up through, the Halos and all the modern references. So we get all of that stuff in Bigfoot. The book is almost, I'd say like 5 to maybe 8 years before that. So for example, the first challenge is not a race. The first challenge, and Mikey G's gonna love this, is the game Joust.
Oh, dude, Maddie and I used to play
Joust.
Joust
Oh my gosh, bro.
all the time, and we get very, very competitive.
Oh yes. But you see what I'm saying? So like it's enough that for at least for us, if you read the book, you can get both references. But it is significantly more detailed and nerdy in the book, whereas it's kind of just overall kind of chill in the movie. Because I don't think everybody would have
I
gotten
didn't know
like,
that.
I mean, if you never
Yeah, I
played
didn't
Joust,
know
it'd
that.
be weird.
It's really good.
But it's a fantastic book if you like that, because it explains what was the thought process of the Oasis a lot better. It's really cool.
Well, I
So
gotta
as
read
an
it now.
as,
Right on.
since you use that as an influence, I think you would enjoy it.
Right on. Thanks for sharing that. I will definitely look
Sure.
into it.
It's a fun book to read. It's an easy read
Midlight.
too. You'll read it fast.
Awesome.
Where are you
Midlight, I
at
sent an
for?
image in our Discord chat. Yeah, I just sent an image in our Discord DM. That's a picture. So basically what I've done is I've taken an 8-ball, blown it up huge, because why not? It's the metaverse, and I hit it on a very particular part in the map.
So should I
sent an
show that to
image.
the stream
Yes,
real quick?
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna drag
I
that
put
into the browser.
Yeah.
So it shows up because I'm sharing the browser.
Yeah.
So hold. Hold
And there's some
on.
hints in the background of the image that show where this 8 ball is in proximity to it. So the first person to find it, typically what we do is
All
we have
right,
people take a screenshot selfie with it. That's how they
there it
win. But I guess I'll
is.
go in the honor system
How do we do a
in the
screenshot
chat.
selfie?
Like just take a screenshot of your browser and showing
Yeah.
that you went beside it, you found it. That
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Well, I already know Alien's out of the race because she's part of the team. Nectar, I'm assuming, has a bunch of stuff. I don't know if they're qualified either, but you just let me know.
Everyone's qualified. That the way we see it. I
I'm
mean, sure,
not.
we won't want the audience members to win it, but if I were playing right now, I would be getting it in. I'd be trying to get the prize. So.
I'd be getting it in.
I mean,
love it.
I'm not qualified. So.
Everybody is qualified. I'm going
I
to
get the
disqualify
money.
myself as well, and then we'll be good. All right, people, this is what we're looking for. I'll give you 5 more seconds. There's an 8-ball. It looks like some rocks and some sort of waterfall, water structure.
Yeah.
Whoever
it's
finds
still
this
not on
first.
the YouTube stream now. So let's give it maybe 20 more seconds.
Yeah, it should be up there. I'm watching the YouTube stream.
So real quick, when
Yeah.
you two were kids, you said that this is your dream coming true, and I want to hear specifically what would the advanced version of this look like to where your full dream would be realized through a metaverse platform.
You're in it, right? Like VR is a thing. This is not a web browser and a keyboard. I mean, I just got an Oculus recently.
Yep.
And there's just going to be this tech. I think 20, like what you guys have built is amazing, but the tech of wearables and VR isn't where it needs to be for us to be fully immersed in this. And when we are fully immersed,
Yes.
and and my brain has a very hard time recognizing what world I'm in, then you have accomplished my dream. And that's going to create a very bad world, but at the same time, it's going to be fun.
Well, I mean, we have such a spectacular world now, so yeah. But no, my answer to that, I don't know. I'm not necessarily as far as Mikey, man. I enjoy, again, Elder Scrolls Online. It's a world away from this world, and I don't mind that it's on mouse and keyboard. I mean, I'm not very good at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I enjoy it, and I mean, shoot, the content. I mean, Mike and I, we spent years just trying to get through the story, and we could not complete everything.
Wow.
I'm not talking about like trials and all that. I'm talking just getting through the story they built, and that's a tremendous amount of lore, and just it's like we couldn't catch up in time. They kept coming out with new updates, and so stuff like that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know what the start to finish time is on things like World of Warcraft or, Star Wars Old Republic. But I mean, you're talking about like weeks of gameplay if that's all you did. And so for me, being able to do that and have a story that's worth listening to, being able to interact with friends and have a good time. And of course, they mix it all in there, right? There's daily challenges and things you can get, and you're trying to collect sets of armor or whatever. When that kind of stuff gets to the point where um it's more, it's just as fun as like real life hanging out, that'll be kind of cool. And I don't know when that is, but I also think, going back to Ready Player One, the whole point as the conclusion of the movie of it is important to spend real life time with real life people, I think is a valuable lesson as well. And so I don't know, I'm on the fence with both of those, you know what I mean?
So can we speak? So we have a real life tie-in that we're planning.
Yeah.
We highly believe in rewarding real life activity.
I like
and I'll
what I'm
give you an
hearing here.
example.
Like what I'm
Right.
hearing.
So if you have a wearable,
Mike, you'll have to wait 1 minute for it to refresh, then you can leap back in.
I'm not patient.
dude,
All right.
the journey.
I'll just let it go. I had to have my jetpack working, hence why I reloaded the web browser. I could not jetpack, but I'm glad that people are searching. It was up on YouTube. They can go. Go ahead though. This is very interesting, Wicked. I'm intrigued by real life integrations. Cool. This is badass.
Cool. So the only wearable I had was a ring. And it was called the Aura or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it tracked sleep and heart rate.
Yeah.
My wife has one.
I love that because it doesn't tell me when someone's calling me. It's not
Right.
interrupting my entire day, and it's just a lot more low key than an Apple Watch. So that's what I vibe with. So the idea is that if you're working out and with one of these wearables, whether it's an Apple Watch or an Aura Ring or anything really, your in-game avatar in LeapN is rewarded as well, and it sort of like has a glow to it, like an aura to it, just like in real life after you work out. So different
Okay.
things like that, to where we can incentivize and reward health, we believe will be a big deal in the metaverse.
So let me ask you this, because this is going to be a question I know that Star is going to ask, which is, okay, if you're rewarding physical fitness, are you going to reward mental fitness with things like meditation, mindfulness, and things like that?
Well, yeah, because the physical fitness one was me solving a problem that I have
Right?
and figuring out how to get to the gym and
Yep.
defeating my mind in terms of like, no, Adam, you can take an hour off. That is part of your work, is making sure that you're of sound mind and body.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. Yeah.
so, yeah, if we can figure out how to track meditation, whether it's partnering with these meditation apps or however we go about doing it, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. I like that. Mikey, what do you think of that?
I wasn't paying attention because this guy balls deep is getting me all hot and bothered in chat.
What's he
Mm,
saying?
He said complete virtual world is for simp, no p getting weird nerds with no social school skills. It will not be mainstream. It will not be sustainable.
So I
yeah.
have something for him. I have something for him. So we are going after augmented reality as well, and the plan we have for augmented reality will completely revolutionize what everyone knows. I can't say anything else, and I know that that's like
Yeah.
an unfair tease. So everyone's like, okay, show me the product, right? But our vision that we're going to be building for augmented reality is unlike anything anyone has ever seen in the marketplace. There aren't any protocols for it in Web3, not anywhere. And Balls Deep is his name. Is that right?
Yeah. Which I
Okay.
think says it all.
I love how that was a question. Is his name
Yeah, right.
Balls Deep?
Hey, that's the metaverse.
Is the
So
name
Balls
Balls
Deep,
Deep?
I cannot wait to share that with you, frankly. I feel like you're going to really enjoy it and value it, and you'll have something to get excited about.
No, actually, Balls Deep said all love. I don't think he's trolling. He just thinks, it's for a subset of people. I will say that solution with augmented reality, that is going to be the first mainstream thing that happens before this becomes mainstream, right? Because
100%.
I think the virtual world has a long way to go. But if you guys have augmented reality implications and can bring that
Yeah.
mainstream, that's super interesting as well.
Yeah. Well,
We
and
yeah.
I mean, here's the other standpoint. I mean, responding to, and it's just funny saying balls deep. Um, in terms of a complete virtual world, here's the thing. You're saying that that's for a certain type of person, but ask yourself this question. If you're marketing a product, do you want a large audience or a small audience? And if you look at the world today, ask yourself which the large audience is. And the bottom line is are there more people that want an escape from reality or more people that want to remain in reality? And I would say that sadly, the number of people who are much happier in wherever it is, pick your scapegoat. Sometimes it is the gym, sometimes it's virtual, sometimes it's in their jobs, sometimes it's whatever it might be, right? People have their things to escape. I think that's a pretty normal thing, but I would say that's certainly more popular than not. So, I mean, I think there's something to be said about it. Who knows?
No,
I think that the virtual sanctuary is really going to be something of the future because a lot of people are going to be just gravitate towards it. Look how many people are already playing video games. Just look, I mean, dude, Mike, what was it? How many people were on ESO? Like 10 million? I mean, you're talking
10,
about million,
say that again. 10
10 million.
million people were playing
Yeah.
a game. So if you don't think that can be
One game,
mainstream,
one game.
one
Forget,
game.
remember what was World of Warcraft at their peak? I mean, it was
Oh,
something insane,
it had to be
So there's
20 or above.
plenty of people that want to do that. I mean, the bottom line is, there's certainly a market for it. There's certainly plenty of people that want that. And from an entrepreneurial, perspective, I want to get my I want to get in the way of those dollars. I mean, that's just smart business, right?
Sure.
You know.
Sure,
So
and we want to do it before Zuckerberg does it because we feel like we'll be better with the money in terms of making sure actual holders and participants are making more money in our platform than in Meta.
yeah,
One thing that's important to us on that note is baking in and coding in the ability to easily share in real life photos and videos with friends that you meet in the metaverse if you so choose to do that. So
yeah.
that's one thing we'll be doing as well. We'll be adding that ability to import real life photos as well as videos, especially in mobile play. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I think
Go ahead.
no, go ahead. I lost my thought like
Yeah.
Wicked did earlier.
Oh, no. I was saying I was saying 10 million is just one game. There are hundreds of games. And on top of that, if you really want to hit the big one where people escape, social media. What's the average scroll time people have on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name these things, right?
Hours a
That
day.
hours and hours a day, and that is absolutely in the billions. Billions. So, I mean, if you're talking about market share, I mean, if you're trying to compete with all of social media and all of video games and say that that's nothing that's absolutely influential. So
Mhm.
anyway, those are my thoughts on
and
that.
balls deep. Now I get the joke. I guess I can't say it seriously anymore after Mike
Yeah.
pointed out that. So balls deep, real talk. I mean, we're all communicating now via social media. I think your note was more so just about virtual reality exclusively.
Yeah.
So, I fall in your camp, frankly, and I don't have a VR headset. I'm gonna end up buying one just because I need to be a student of VR for this company. But I fall into your camp in that I kind of have that fear. I have a addictive personality, and I don't want to get addicted to VR and like lose touch with reality. But a lot of people have that real life balance and work balance and game balance, and they don't have to have that same concern as I have. But I relate to you, and that's why augmented reality has such a close place to my heart, and it's such a big part of our roadmap for that very reason. So, Ferb, I don't want to hog the mic. Do you have any comments on any of this?
Yeah, I got so much to talk about. we don't have 5 more hours.
Hey, this is what we do here. You know, we were gonna bring the heat when it comes to conversation.
Going back earlier in the conversation, Maddie, you were talking about like what video games inspired this. I talked about Ready Player One, but something I forgot. A big inspiration was, if you're familiar with Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online?
Yeah, correct. It's an anime, and the actual plot of it's more dark. That's not the point. The point is the technology. It's a VR MMORPG game that's kind of set where technology is a bit more advanced, and it is an immersive VR world where you link in, and your entire body and all your sensations go into this virtual land, and it's about leaping into it's not, but what it shows is that you can leap into fantasy and do things that you wouldn't normally do in reality and build out these experiences. And that part of that show was kind of like, wow, like if technology is going that way, that's going to be an interesting future. And I kind of want to be able to deliver fantasies in an accessible way. So that's part of the inspiration I had as well.
No, I 100% agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Did we?
Mike, is anybody? Sorry, real
Did we
quick.
get
Did
a
anybody
winner?
find this? Yeah, I was say, has anybody found this?
Nobody's
Mike, are you
won
looking
yet.
for it?
I was just gonna say, hint. Mikey's looking straight at it. It's just in the distance.
Might be in a new world. I don't know. Everybody's in the same
you're in the
world,
same one.
right?
You're in the same one.
I'm not
Yeah,
seeing
you're in the same
anybody. I had a little. Oh, there they all are. I'm having some technical difficulties, but I'm back, baby. I screwed it up, and I needed my jetpack, so I had to reload, and then I got lost in conversation. and forgot to load the thing back up.
That's okay.
So now we're back.
If you guys want a hint, it's towards
Find that little
the
cliff
giant
top,
treehouse.
Mikey. That little cliff top.
It's towards the giant tree house.
That's a pyramid, not a giant treehouse. I'm kidding. The stream's delayed. I know you're not looking at it.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was
I'm
gonna
not.
say he's flying towards a
Yeah.
tree from what I see.
Yeah.
Please tell me that.
I think this is, dude. There's a lot
that the tree?
of people over there.
Is that the tree from Hook?
Did someone
Please
find
say
it?
yes.
You're
I
a
don't know.
crook.
How are we gonna figure it out? Because they have to take a screen grab, but I don't think they can post that in chat. So how are we gonna?
Well, I think it might have to be honor system. Can somebody tell me where they are and if they found
Oh,
it?
somebody found it. A bunch of people, I think, have found it. Okay, so who was there first?
Who was the first one?
Who wrote in chat first that they found it?
Well, it depends. Do we count somebody wrote 8-ball?
Brandon, you just asked what are we looking for and you said you found it. Are you sure you found it, Brandon? Sure.
Yeah, let me see here.
Whose name is over there? Who do we know that can have it?
We got Stargirl. We got Spazoinks.
Brandon said 8-ball.
I found it. I found it first. Who said that?
Brandon.
Someone.
Raju Ahmed said I found it.
No. Who said that in the game? Was it Smooth Skulls?
Oh
Or
yeah, in the text
Spazoinks?
chat. Can somebody check in the text chat? Someone that was in there for a
Ooh,
while.
Mikey, you're gonna have to check that.
Check in the text chat. Ooh, okay. I found it first. Nectar did. Of course, Nectar did. I don't know.
Nectar's a kenger. Nectar's always on top of it.
I mean, Nectar found it first. Nectar's been in this world for his entire life. Smooth Skull says they can confirm they found it last.
Nice.
which I like. Oh, dude, these cliff houses are amazing. All right, well, Nectar, congratulations, man. You won the freaking. What did we give away?
It was the VIP badge, I think. Correct?
Yes, the VIP badge. You get the VIP
There we
badge.
go.
Thank you so much, gents, for allowing us to give that away. We are gonna have some more giveaways exclusively for our community in the Discord. So if you have not subscribed or joined our Discord, please do that, and you might be a lucky winner to get some more of this awesome ass shit. And so, did you create this 8-ball from, like, there was an item pack or something? Is that how you did it, Ferb?
Exactly. So I'll get you to land anywhere you'd like, and then we'll show off what this multiplayer collaborative building is all about.
Okay, cool.
So maybe go land on the mansion
Some open
or wherever.
space where I have a lot of space.
Oh, Ashraf is one of our devs. They are in the game right now.
Yeah, Ashraf is up there
Yeah.
rocking and rolling. I'm gonna go up near this big tree. Is that cool?
Do it.
I can go
I'm coming too.
wherever I want. It's
Nice seeing so many people there. Everyone's taking a selfie with you.
I know. How cool
Just,
is this, man?
Oh, those are all people. Those are birds.
Oh, there are still a good amount of people.
There are still a
There's
lot of people there. Yeah.
Bon-
it's awesome to see
Bonji's way down there. Lucifer's in. You know that our good old friend Balls Deep is all FUD when we see his name pop into this song, bitch.
I hope we see him.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me right now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm up here. Let's build
Right
some
on.
things.
So you'll need to disable that sweet jetpack. You've literally grabbed the slowest one, by the way. Press F to disable it,
All right.
and then press Tab to open up this world builder. Now, this world builder, it's not the final version. It could be a bit buggy in
All right.
places.
Right.
But this is showcasing the drag and drop interface of the live collaborative co-building. So I'm going to land right beside you, Mikey, and you'll see I'm playing right beside you in real time. You'll be able to place objects in real time and press Tab
What?
again to play with your creation immediately.
Okay.
And I'll also build behind you.
Yes. I'm just putting, dude, my tab stitch isn't working again. Maybe.
Yeah, so when you're done, just click on the game window and right click, and then you can press tab again. We're going to make that experience a lot smoother.
Oh, I got you.
Once
Okay,
we're ready
now it is
for
working.
building.
So I just planted a tree, I think. Where are you at?
I'm just about to land on you.
Okay.
Everyone kind of can see you.
Right. Why can't I use
I'm
my
gonna-
mouse to look around? What did I do?
Yeah, so that's a bug. You'll have to go back into the world builder and then right click the screen.
Okay.
The mouse, you're still on kind of a builder mouse. So that's just some of the bugs in this demo that
Gotcha,
we're getting
gotcha.
pointed out that will,
Okay,
so Mikey, I'm going to try and trap you right now.
Trap me? All right.
Yes, I'm going to be placing objects around you until you can't move anymore.
The idea is that you have to.
Because that's fun.
Okay. This does sound fun.
Because why not?
We've got people, bowling balls are happening.
Right.
People are trying to fight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fighting going. I would have been dead by now in real time, right?
Yeah.
So am I trying to
Yeah, good thing
escape
we've
you,
made
or
it
am I
one
letting
more.
you just build me in?
Oh, you can build. You can run, flee, whatever you want.
I'm gonna just look at some of this stuff. Cyberpunk. That sounds awesome. Oh, so these are categories. Okay.
So we're gonna have item creators posting in the marketplace to where half of them will be available. The other half might be marketplace items that you have to pay to unlock.
Right.
And then be able to do what you need.
Right.
So you're either dragging and dropping items that others have created,
Right.
or you're making your own items and then selling them.
Dude, this building creator is real cool. And so let me get this straight first. You went to school for what again?
Electrical and computer engineering.
Okay. So you did study computer engineering. But
I was more in like microchip design. I specialized in more, so not really.
So not even close to what we're doing here. This is like game development, software design, all of this stuff, right? How did you get from there to being able to build something like this? Because that's pretty mind-blowing to me. Like, for people that are just fascinated like me, like maybe a list of, I don't know, 5 skills that you should start learning if you're interested in acquiring a skill set to be able to build something like this.
Right on. It's gonna sound really cheesy, but
I'm cool.
Basically, you see a lot of like motivational stuff online. Like, a big thing is people are like, read books. Like, you should always be reading books and learning new things. But that's really a lot more powerful than it sounds. What Adam was getting at earlier here is basically everything we've been working on in the past few years has been LeapN. It wasn't on the project specifically, but it was like building up our skill sets to apply to here. So I might have like tried 24 startups last year before LeapN, but like over my lifetime, I've done even more. And I've acquired skills from like graphic design to web development, robotics development, and I've read books about like self-help, how the mind works, how communication works between people, how running a business works, and it's this accumulation of always being willing to learn and always trying things and being okay with failing.
Yeah.
And it's just that continual learning and adapting and growing and pivoting until you really hit the spot that finally you get some traction. You're like, this is how you do it. So I don't say everything, but like, actually maybe really nothing I learned in my university course I put towards LeapN, other than maybe some like communication classes I took. That's about it, but nothing technical really. I'm not saying the school's not important. I'm just saying that everything that I put time into learning on my own time and growing myself and investing in myself and my skill set is what I was able to apply and build LeapN with. I've worked on the websites for LeapN. I've worked on a lot of the graphics in the past. a lot of the stuff where I can put my hands in basically everything. And that's because of the skills I've accumulated over the past decade in technology. So what I would say is you don't have to hit your big thing right away. You don't have to hit your Facebook, Google, Apple the first time. As long as you're always building and
Yeah.
trying something new, by the time you have that big idea that is the idea, you will have the skill set and the communication skills at your disposal in your toolbox to actually make something happen.
Once again,
It's not a matter of waiting for that.
fantastic answer. Now, just to be like completely in the weeds, give us some programs or actual things people should go read a book on or learn. Are we talking like web development, back end programming?
Well, it depends. What do people want to do?
Right. Well, you're doing it
Well,
all,
here's the
right?
thing. Well, I do a lot of things, I think. But I think what's more universal, like if you learn web development, cool, you can make websites and you know programming. But I think this thing that's more, this can sound so cheesy. The thing that's more universal that you can learn, that you can apply in most situations,
Yeah.
is like communication, and
Okay.
like working with teams and running a project, leading a project, being a part of a team. If you learning how to market, it's not just a matter of marketing, but it's
Right.
also like,
I just want to get to the brass tacks here. So Ferb's an example, Mikey, of the kind of guy who there's no secret. He's just really good at focusing and wanting and desiring something. So it's that blend of him focusing and having that desire that caused him to learn the skill set necessary to complete the task at hand.
Right.
And there's no other secret. It's not a matter of books. So that's what I wanted to.
I mean, I agree that it may not be a book, but I would push back and say there are absolutely skills for success. And I think you said them. I mean, communication, being able to work with people, understanding sales. You cannot be successful in business if you can't sell. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you have to trade a product or a good or a service for a dollar amount, right? And so you have to be able to convince others who don't necessarily, because everybody wants to buy, but nobody wants to be sold. So it's automatically a hustle, right? And so are you better at that than them? And if the answer is no, you're out of business. If the answer is yes, you can make $1 billion. And so those skills we're not born with them. And some people acquire them naturally based on maybe their lifestyle or how they grow up. But Ferb, I would say that, if somebody is interested in learning those skills, there are ways to do it. And, Robert Kiyosaki talks about this. John Maxwell talks about this. Dale Carnegie talks about this. There are ways to learn that, but but to go back to what you're saying, Wicked, is that I don't think that you have to have this master class on 50 different books that you've like memorized to the T. I think some very basic communication skills, leadership, and being able to do some basic sales, understanding human psychology is a massive part of the skill set for success. That's what I would say.
I agree with you. I thought the question was pivot from computer science and microchips to Unreal Engine.
For sure. Yes.
That was the original question, but Ferb one-upped me with, listen, man, it's all about communication to build a company.
Yeah.
I still am looking for a black and white answer. I'm not letting you off the hook. Let's go for the technical, because I'm going for the technical. We have builders and creators in this space.
Okay.
If I am a creator and I want to start figuring out how to build a metaverse, do I need to understand Unreal Engine? Do I need to understand a certain programming language? Like, what are 3 to 4 things that you would recommend?
Okay. I have another one-up answer, but I'll try and range it.
He's gonna one-up me again.
Nah, I was gonna say like a quick one. The quick response to that is it's not like one particular language. It's a matter of applying problem-solving skills to first principles. So you look at a situation, you think, okay, people want to get together in a social space.
Right.
There is no blueprint to build a social space, but you need to come at it from first principles. You think, okay, What kind of experience are they looking for? They want to be able to
Yeah.
chat and see each other. Okay, what technologies do I have at my disposal? We have Zoom, we have Facebook, we have group chats. Okay, those are apps, those are video streaming conferences, those are websites. So then you can say, okay, what web technologies do we have to build an experience that people can see each other, chat, and add in cool features? And that's where something like Webiverse comes in, where it's more tailored to the web development. So um, there's that end of it. But now if you're like, okay, I want to come a different approach, I want to leverage more like physics and game mechanics, then that's where you go. You think, okay, now I need to make a video game. So you need to go more the Unreal Engine path. You need to learn, how does game development work? What is that pipeline? How do you turn something into a multiplayer experience? What do those servers look like?
Right.
So you
Right.
kind of look at your problem, think, what is it you're trying to solve, and then kind of build the blueprint as you go.
No, I love that. I think that is a fantastic answer, and I think the answer, that's the best answer possible to me, because you and I love how you push back and weren't getting very specific, because you are right. You need to think about the functionality that you want and the thing that you're trying to build, and then you need to analyze the marketplace and say, what's available for me to build that, and then try to figure out, okay, I'm using this app because it gives me these abilities and I think it's the best use case. And back to the main thing of trying and making mistakes, guarantee you're going to make the decision and think this is the best thing ever for you to do what you want to do. And you're going to get down the road and realize it's the worst thing ever. And you're going to have to find another thing to help you build what you want to build. That's just the nature of the beast, right?
And that's like what I touched on earlier, saying you might think there's only one way to do something, and you're spending days, weeks, or months doing this one way. But if you step back, you're like, okay, first principles again. What do we want to get done? Is there another way to do it? Let's throw out all my assumptions. Why do we have to do it this way? Well, let's try a different way. And at least in my experience with LeapN, trying in different ways usually is what brought us to the end result that we actually needed.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
And that is actually kind of a good way to wrap up our conversation. Is there anything else that you want to, because I know you guys are busy. My wife already came in and gave me the stink eye. Maddie's back is on fire. I can tell him by the way he's moving in the chair.
What?
Is there
What are you talking
anything?
about?
Is there anything else in here you particularly want to call out or want me to go visit before we start winding down here?
Well, I like to give a big picture, if you don't mind, Adam.
Do it.
I just want to say that we're trying to expand our LeapN vision and reach to a greater community and build out the metaverse the way they want it, like I said. So what you guys are in right now is our luxury resort. And part of the utility here is people are going to be able to mint their own plot on this giant island. You can build out your own attraction, your own mini game, your own way to monetize your passion, whether it's NFT art, podcasts, or anything. So we do have that mint coming up next Wednesday, where we're going to have the 3,333 plots for everyone, accessible to mint, and then have access to this upgraded demo and eventually the ability to build. So that this is a turning point for LeapN, this resort and this mint, to finally realize this technology and the potential of how it brings people together and a way to bring their visions to life.
Dude, very well put in a short
Yeah.
and succinct manner. Wicked.
Agreed.
I'm his nod and like support him when he talks about the vision. I'm kidding. I got one line that kind of piggybacks what Ferb said earlier about basic first principles. One approach that we did is we studied up on all the game engines that exist, and they're tools at the end of the day, right? You got to find out which game engines do this better, which do this better, and then for us, we know that we want to be game engine agnostic over time, and eventually we'll have our own game engine. We're not nowhere near that yet, so we just wanted to master one game engine first, and then we'll do another one to capture that market who prefers what that game engine's best at, and we'll keep
Yeah.
scaling.
I like it.
Love it.
I like it.
That's another great, just a great simple way to put it. I mean, this has been super, super, super cool, and I'm so excited to continue to play this around. I'm so excited for our community to have a crack at this as well. And thank you so much for being gracious for the giveaways and the pre-sale spots, man.
We do have a community question. When mobile?
Ooh,
Burp.
ooh, that's a tough
Everyone's
question.
asking that. So,
I'm stuck, by the way.
this demo's right now, I know you found the stuck spot. You're part of the wall now, just like everyone else is. If I get stuck there, this demo is in browser right now. In order to deliver our experience to an audience of thousands of players in this resort over the next month, we're launching a desktop app as we grow out our network. Mobile, we're working on delivering the initial utility of building and these MMO experiences, these social gatherings and everything, which will be realized through the desktop app first. And then we're looking to branch out into mobile and browser after that when it becomes natural. So it's not going to be an immediate thing, but it is something we are looking for compatibility eventually. But desktop, we find, is going to be the best way to first realize the first part of our vision.
All right.
Yeah.
That was a good absorb deflect. And because you said mobile like Bane did in the third Batman, I'm going to let that pass. So I think everything there is that sounds good. Another important question in chat: when nail salon and hair salon?
Probably
Soon.
Probably what?
Probably your time.
That's Aliens department, who we met through you guys. So
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
well, that's the person who's asking it. So
Alien.
okay.
Department.
So
That's fantastic. Sorry, that just really made me laugh.
That's good. All right, there we go. She's asking all the questions now. Virtual yoga. Okay, well, we got it. We got some good.
We got
some
things
good final
coming.
thoughts.
And by the way, Alien, you just learned that you're the one to try to figure that out.
Yep, it's gonna be on you.
It's all on you. Great ideas. Now help Ferg and Ferb and I want to call you Ferg all the time. Ferb and Wicked make that come to reality. Yeah, man, this was awesome. This is exactly how I expected it to go. I think to wrap it up, we actually do a couple final questions, and we're going to do 2 questions. One, do either of you have questions for Maddie and I? Because we just peppered you with a bajillion questions. If you can't think of any, totally fine. And then I'll ask my second question, but that's the first question.
I have a question. Ferb, would you like to go first?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry, it's not really on a serious topic, but it literally just passed my mind. Maddie, has anybody ever told you that you look like Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy? No, but bless your heart.
Because you were
That's
just
what I'm
talking
gonna
about
say.
Bane, and then you looked off to the side. I'm like, dude, look at that.
There
Yeah.
it is.
Tom
I'll
Hardy.
push my traps up. Get ready
I
like
just had to say
warrior.
that.
There we
You
go.
He could be a male model, and he's incredibly fit. So,
Do you feel in charge?
there you go. All right,
Yep.
fantastic question. I
What was your
appreciate
question,
it.
Adam?
I have a question.
What's up?
You guys, I'm 39 years old. I'm guessing you two are about near that age.
We're 41.
Right,
We
41.
just turned 41.
Fantastic. So we both, all of us watched TGI Friday on TV.
Yep.
What were your sort of like the wonder year moments of you two growing up? Were you riding your bikes and then some bully, there was a big fight, or like any weird, fun middle school, elementary school, high school memories?
We have a bajillion, man.
We have a lot of those. We have
I
a
mean,
lot
we
of
talk
those.
about them periodically. I mean, Maddie and I spent pretty much every day together. I'll tell you mine. First one. I lit Matt's entire backside of his house on fire.
What?
So we got really in, and this was, listen, I'm gonna start off by saying,
Yeah,
this
maybe
was
you had a couple disclaimers.
this is all Matt's mind, okay? Guess who doesn't want to make fire bombs and do all this crazy stuff? Mikey.
It
But do you
wasn't
know
a
who?
firebomb.
You know who was really interested in making cool shit like that? Maddie. And I was along for the ride. So we decided we were gonna put some gasoline in a little jar, put a little wick thing going
that's
on.
not.
All right,
You're already messing it up.
Matt will explain it, but this is immediately what came to mind for me.
Yes. Oh, I remember.
And we're gonna make a whole series on YouTube, by the way,
yeah.
of us talking about our childhood memories because we think it could
Correct.
pop off.
Here's the backstory. Okay, as you remember, dial-up internet, when the internet was truly the Wild West, there was no dark web because it was all available. You could literally find anything you want on the internet.
Yes.
So, of course, teenager, everybody says, don't look up this, don't look up that. What do? You look up that. And I'm not going to say what the name is because I'm sure it's banned somewhere, and I don't even want.
Cookbook.
There could be a cookbook that was involved. There was also
Cookbook
there were a couple
existed.
cookbooks. We'll just say that. And in that, there was a recipe for napalm. And I was like, this seems really easy. I got to give it a try. So I did.
forgot it was
Now,
the napalm that we were trying to make.
Here's the problem, right? The problem with napalm is it sticks to everything and it's flammable. It's kind of the point. Well, Mike is correct. We did make this and we had it in a jar. And Mike is very quick to like freak out when he thinks there could be a parent that might catch us or get in trouble. So as this jar was on
I didn't
fire,
like to break rules when I was young.
under control in a jar. This was no different than like a candle in a jar.
Mm-mm.
And Mike flips out and swears he hears, I think it was my parents coming home. So he grabs the garden hose and sprays the jar from the side, which of course knocks it over and lights the whole back of my garage on fire. But here's the difference.
Whoa.
This is the part he can't tell you he remembers because he wasn't there. Because after he did that, rather than helping us out and putting it out, he proceeded to sprint up the road to his house and just straight up abandoned
I was
us.
like, peace, y'all.
He bailed.
Peace out.
This dude would have came back to my house would have been in cinders, and he would
listen, man, I was terrified as a little
That's
kid.
hilarious.
I was
freaked.
terrified
So
of authority.
couldn't use the garden hose. We had to use carpets and put everything out, and then it was scrubbing the back of the house with soap and water because it was like scorched. It didn't melt anything because we put it out fast. But dude,
here's
that's
the greatest
that's his
thing.
vivid memory.
Here is the greatest thing. His mom came home, had no clue what happened. House perfectly clean, of burnt marks. She never knew to this day. She might, if she's listening now, she's gonna find out. But that's the only way she's gonna find out is us recounting that story.
We're all adults now. A mother always knows. I think she probably
She might
saw
have known.
something.
She might have known.
Yeah,
But
I'm pretty sure that's where my rotary cuff problem came from freaking scrubbing that dang shed or
I shit
garage
you
the whole
not,
time.
Wicked. That is one of hundreds of stories like that.
What the hell?
Like that.
Wow,
You
you
made
guys
it
need a
into,
podcast for that.
We had a
Yeah.
very
Well,
interesting childhood.
we
Most
built-
people did not believe it.
Do you remember that old school movie? It was like when Elijah Wood was like 4 years old. There was a
Radio
movie
Flyer.
called Radio Flyer. We built
yeah.
a radio flyer, bro. And we have pictures of our radio flyer still.
Yep.
Yeah. We built one. And we
You-
flew.
Working
Where was this?
ailerons, flaps, rudder, all of it.
In his backyard. And he had a hill in his
Where
backyard.
what state? What state? What city?
Maryland.
Maryland.
You guys had a kick-ass childhood. You should be proud of that.
Oh my God. We had
We
so
did.
much
We had a
fun.
great
We had
childhood.
so much
It's awesome. Honestly, I feel bad for modern kids now because you wouldn't be allowed to have our childhood. You'd be arrested.
Miles
we were
away
actually
from
allowed
the
to be
house, gone all day. No one knew
Yeah.
where the hell we were,
Awesome.
and we were just doing
Awesome
crazy
times.
shit. Maddie, any thoughts of yours? Because I'd love to hear something that sticks in your mind immediately.
Well, if we're gonna talk about Mikey, I think
You
The story
cannot
that
use
sticks
the
out.
excess.
no, I
Okay.
wasn't gonna use the excess.
Okay.
We would always have these little forts and trees and all this stuff. And one of the times we were up in these 2 really tall pine trees, and they were right next to each other. So we'd make like little bridges across and whatnot. And I was really good at climbing trees. Mikey was decent at climbing
I
trees.
was average.
Yeah, but he'd get up there. And again, same exact thing. We're up. I don't even know how high up in a tree, probably about 30 feet. And Mikey jumps the gun, thinks that the parents are coming home, and freaks out like suddenly we're not allowed to be in the trees. And the funniest part was I was above him, and this scene in my mind is as vivid as like that scene in Cliffhanger when that girl falls. Okay? He starts trying to scramble down this tree, and his one support foot slips off the branch, and you could see him reach up. And I'm going to go towards the camera. This is what I saw. If this was the branch, it was like, and just started falling away, right? And looking at Mike falling backwards like this, and panic in his face, smashes through a bunch of branches, hits the ground, and just all the wind leaves his breath.
Oh,
Well, I don't
bro.
think Mike, I don't think you'd ever had the wind at least knocked out of you that hard.
I thought I was.
So
I thought I was dead. Straight
so
up, I thought
he's
I was
making
dead.
this like this noise. Well, I'm laughing because I knew it's just the wind knocked out of him. But man, he was so upset at me because he was legitimate. He thought he was really hurt. And I just knew he had the wind knocked out of him. And so I can't stop laughing. And he just keeps getting more and more mad that I'm laughing. But man, I will never forget the look on Mike's face when he fell out of that tree.
Dude, I
That was
was
funny.
so. I think that's the most pissed I've ever been at Matt, because I was like, I am
Yep.
seriously gonna die. And meanwhile, a little fact about Matt, he's like 3rd degree black belt Taekwondo at this point. So like,
wow.
this son of a bitch has been round kicked in the face, wind knocked out of multiple times. So he knows. Me, fragile little soul that plays a lot of video games and doesn't do crazy activities like that. I mean, we did our fair share, but I wasn't getting in the ring. He knew exactly what was up. I didn't. I was so mad. And every time he kept on laughing, I finally got up and I was just like, I don't know what I said. Something along the lines of, fuck you, dude. And then I just walked home.
You were out.
And that was it.
You were
I
out.
was like, I'm done. I'm not talking to that dude ever again.
Did you get injured?
No,
I
you
just
just
got
had
the
the wind
wind.
knocked
I got
out
the
of
wind knocked out of me
yeah.
like really bad. I mean, I fell. How far do you think I fell, Maddie?
20 feet. But I mean, the branches did kind of slow you down.
It was a solid 20 feet. I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Imagine me just like hitting branches on the way down. Dude,
Dude,
it
that's
was bad. So great question. Appreciate that question. It's always fun talking about these memories. So second question, and then we'll close it out with our comments. I mean, I don't even know if we asked this the first time, but one of the things we've started asking is, I know you guys have done probably hundreds, if not thousands of AMAs, or not even AMAs. We call this a show, a podcast. How do you think tonight went compared to other similar type things that you've done? And I'd love to hear you go first, Wicked, and then Ferb, you can follow up.
Funny thing about your question is that all our as you know, all our marketing has been organic on Twitter and Discord. And until one of our longtime holders was the founder of ApeList, it helped us market this launch. So we went from 12,000 followers roughly to now 30,000 and some followers. And our Discord numbers went up a lot as well. We build full time. We haven't been marketing, and therefore, I believe your show was the last one we did. We've been building the entire time. So this is the first time.
Wow.
we have
Okay.
done a show since these recent AMAs and different servers.
Right.
Which in terms of AMAs and servers, we've done a bunch recently. But
Yeah.
as far as a live show on YouTube, this is the first one since we all met in December.
Awesome. Okay, so there's not a lot to compare to. Ferb, any words?
I think I said this last time too. It's nice to have this. I don't want to say like human conversation. Like the AMAs are always very natural and everything, and it's nice to have an open space. But this is more talking about like us as humans and like where we come from and how it's affecting us personally. Whereas nothing wrong with the AMAs. They're more focused on like the project and the direction getting people's questions and answering them. But it's nice here to add in that extra element of what makes us human and who are the people behind the project. That's what I like about midlife.
Oh man, I appreciate it, and it warms our heart to hear that because that's exactly what we're trying to accomplish. So it's cool to hear people that are successful as you building something awesome. Appreciate the art of what we're trying to do as well. And by the way, to cap that awesome statement off, we're at 202 subscribers on YouTube.
I
Started
was
from
just gonna
scratch.
say,
Woohoo!
love
Hell
it.
yeah, people. We have tens of thousands of followers across all of our other channels. Little engine that could when it comes to YouTube. This shit is hard to crack, man.
Dude, it
YouTube
is. It is.
YouTube's a bitch. But we'll get there. It's just over time, and we keep on doing what we're doing, and we'll be
We'll get
good.
Guy dies on camera and see if we can get those numbers up.
Yeah. Anybody right now, just to close that out, hit that freaking subscribe button, people. We need to start growing this bad bitch.
We're doing it.
All right, Maddie.
Also, what else did we launch today, Mike?
Oh, TikTok. You guys
Gotcha.
got to go to our Twitter channel, Midlife Crisis, and there is a little TikTok launch trailer with our. So I think our TikTok handle is exactly the same as our Twitter handle. And I did a sweet little glitch dubstep reveal video. So that was all Mikey G's video production, past video production life handiwork, working right there. Because I'm with you. Like I said earlier, Wicked and Ferb, one of my hardest. Now we get to create every day. This show is a version of creative outlet and creation, right? But I designed a lot and I did a lot of video production stuff. So like I missed that, right? Because now my day has come really filled up with like strategy and a bajillion conversations to try to continue the guest list and grow the relationships, right? So I do miss that stuff.
Yep.
And it is very difficult to separate the two. So that's probably been my biggest challenge as I've grown over time.
Shoot a show at NFT LA, NFT NYC, and get back in touch with that. You guys can make a show at these different events, meeting some of your Web3 heroes or favorite founders.
Yeah. Well, you are some of them, and we're gonna hug it out here.
Absolutely.
And
It's
NFT. Are
happening.
you gonna go to NFT LA?
So we sound so boring, but we build 24/7, and we realized we had a talk. We were like, dude, we have to start going to these conferences.
You do.
We can't.
You do.
Screens. So.
All right, good.
Yep.
Well, it's a date then. It's a date.
Yes.
2023 NFT LA. It's happening.
Yep. Mike would like to eat at Smash Burger though. Make sure you request Smash Burger.
Dude, look at all these people subscribing on YouTube. We just got 2 subs on YouTube. We love you all. Yeah, that's for a later date and time, but I got NFT New York, you know, to put it bluntly, will fuck a 40-year-old up. I mean, we got sick. We got COVID. I got food poisoning. Guess what I don't need to be doing at 40 years old? Going to a party with a bunch of 20-year-olds and listening to a DJ till 3 a.m. in the morning trying to drink alcohol. Like, I did that shit already, man. My body was broken.
First of all, though, but to be clear, we had a blast. We really enjoyed ourselves.
We did.
Outside of the fact that I thought my legs were going to eject off my body, everything was really fun. Just afterwards, we got crushed. That was the after effect. We were not prepared. That's really that's what it is.
I shit you guys not till 2 weeks ago have I fully recovered from NFT NYC. And that shit was in end of June, beginning of July, because want to know why? We got COVID so bad, I was out for over a month. And then I got strep throat. And then when I was done the antibiotic of strep throat, guess what, guys? I got strep throat again. So I am now hopefully finally over everything.
Dude, I'm still not over it,
bro. Brutal. Matt,
Yeah,
do you hear
I'm
Matt? When I get Matt really laughing, he'll start what I call his COVID cough.
Bro, I still have a COVID cough, and I'll tell you this: I coughed so hard, I threw my back out. That's why I'm sitting weird. I like have like a freaking slip disc.
You want to talk about
I'm
midlife
telling you,
crisis and getting
I'm
old?
old,
Talk.
man. I ain't got time for this.
Ah. All right,
That's
Maddie,
great.
I'll let you do your closing words. I'll do mine, and
Yeah.
we'll call it a night, gents.
Yeah. So, I mean, as always, a pleasure. This was a ton of fun. Thank you for showing us what you guys are building. And it was so fun to be able to actually get in there live. But more importantly, the stuff I enjoy the most is just catching back up, learning what's going on in your lives, what you're excited about. I do like the questions about, again, asking you about how are you guys adjusting to the market? What are you thinking? These are the things that I think a lot more people just need to hear. It humanizes you. It makes people recognize you're trying to figure this out just like we're all trying to figure it out, but you're consistent. Like you said, you're so consistent, you're working so hard, you're missing events, right? And I do think there's a balance there, but you're finding that. And then you went to talk about both of you kind of finding a work-life balance, right? And what that means for you. I love talking about that stuff because otherwise people will, I don't, is this the word pedestalize? Is that the word?
Pedestalize? Is that, I don't
Pedestalized?
even know what. Put
Is
you
that a
up on a
word?
pedestal.
Yeah, yeah. People will basically, they make founders bigger than they are. You know what I mean? It's like we're just people. We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to build something that's wonderful. And what I think is one of the neat things about entrepreneurship and building a project is you guys both said some of your influences, right? And let's just use Ready Player One and the concept of the Oasis. At one point in time, it was just one of your ideas. I know you had 24 different ventures, but it was one of your ideas. How cool is it that a bunch of people all around the world just live streamed and just went into the oasis that you dreamed of building? There's something about that that's one of the just coolest things ever. And I know that you have that moment often, and you do, but just hold on to that because it makes the work worth it. And yeah, I think you guys are killing it. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
Herb, unmute yourself. That was such a beautiful thing you just said.
That's
I've never
awesome.
thought of it like that.
And I know, like I said, like Nectar's always in there every time I leap in. It's like he lives in
That's
there,
awesome.
and it's so touching. Like I don't know where Nectar is across the world, but just knowing that something that I started and built with a team that some person that I've never met across the world is using something that I've worked on, even if it's just one person, it just touches me. And yeah, it is that in itself is an accomplishment to me.
Yeah.
So, maybe,
Yeah.
real quick, are you trying to exit the show? Because I can not say it if you want, if you need.
What's up?
Do you want me to? Can I say something or
Sure.
no?
Yeah.
Of course.
What do you
Oh,
got?
yeah, man. Go for
Great.
it.
So there's this concept of earning the capability of seeing your friends in the metaverse in real life for the first time, which sure you can state the rule and exchange a phone number through chat, call each other and share what you look like on FaceTime.
Right.
In Leap, one concept is you have to be in the metaverse together for a certain amount of hours before you have the right to show yourself through LeapN.
Mm.
And in the meantime, your option is using, which is yet another part of the augmented reality, or not augmented reality. The other part of it is being able to show, it is augmented reality, to show yourself as an avatar that we're also going to be building out, so where you can just zap and then be in a FaceTime type of video chat with them,
Yeah.
avatar. So I wanted to point this out and tie it to the fact that we've never seen Ferb's face on this show, and it reminds me of that. And it's like if we spend a certain amount of hours with Ferb in the metaverse, then he shows himself for the first time. It sort of unlocks for him, and that
Yeah.
enhances friendship. So that was just interesting to me because Ferb has a dev mind, and I'll let him speak on behalf of. He's shown his face to a lot of the team by now, and it took a lot of trust in building. And
Yeah.
I know what he looks like, and he's a beautiful, lovely man. And it's just it's one of the fun things in the metaverse is earning
That's
that.
cool. Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
I love it. And it's funny that you brought that up because, couple thoughts. I consider you guys friends. We've talked. We've probably talked more on these two streams than a lot of people talk in a good amount of chunk of time in a year, right? They're acquaintances. I wanna say thank you for taking a chance on us the first time, and thank you for thinking of us again. Thank you for all of the kind words. Thank you for being you guys, and you are at the top of the list when it comes to genuine humans that are doing something great in this space for the right reasons. There's so much bullshit in this space. I think it's actually the most toxic it's ever been, especially because of this, winter, and everyone's left the space, and there's not much here, and it's a lot of negativity. But you find people like you that still give you hope and can get you through things, and for you to be able to build something so amazing in such a shitty time during the space is awesome. That was my first thought, and then two, I just, we're here for you. Anybody you need us to link you up with, we would love to do more future shows, help evangelize your brand, and just talk about how awesome humans you are, because that's really what we are about, right? What Matt was saying is a thing that we say time and time again. You know, even me, when I got into space, there's I'm sure this preconceived notion that, like, oh, I need to be Elon Musk to make something in the metaverse, but that's not true, right? There's normal people. Yes, do you have to be ambitious? Do you have to be open to learning and growing and failing? Absolutely. But if you have that, you can do amazing things. So you showing off what you've done, I think, gives people hope, and that's just a cool message to share as well. So thank you so much, you two. You guys are goated in the midlife crisis. You're welcome back anytime. And I just can't continue to grow our friendship and relationship, man. I think we have a lot of opportunity in the future.
I can't wait
Can't
to
wait.
I can't wait to blindside Maddie and wind up on the ground in some submission hole. I'm looking forward to
Dude, I'll tell you one quick closing childhood story. The probably one of the scariest moments of my life is when I told him he couldn't reach his foot to my temple, and within a nanosecond, he did not just do a simple kick. This guy had done a roundhouse kick, and his foot was like right next to my temple. And he's like, bro, I can do a lot more than that. And I was like, okay, I will never mess with this dude again. And I think I might have urinated myself a little bit as well.
If you guys ever want to feel better about yourselves, just have Mikey talk about you, because the amount of hyperbole, it's just fantastic. Yes, I did kick Mike in the head, but it was not like that. But
dude,
yes,
I'm telling you,
it was a fun story.
This shit was magical. I've never seen anybody do something like that, and I will never see anybody do anything like that again, unless I'm in a UFC rank with like a world champion.
That's funny.
All right, gents. Amazing show. Midlife Crisis family. I swear to God, this is the last Twitch show. We are moving to YouTube, whether you like it or not. We're going to continue to build and grow. We're going to have amazing guests like these gents on, and we're not going anywhere, and we're going to continue to build. We love you all. Thank you so much for watching. An amazing night. We will be here. Maddie, are you traveling for Chill Stream? Are you going to be on vacation?
I'll be on vacation.
Okay.
I'll be on vacation, but
no
I
chill,
can chime in.
No chill stream this weekend. Maddie needs to take a much needed vacation after all the sickness and craziness things we've been through. We will be back next week with undisclosed guest at this point, but stay up to our Twitter. We'll let you know. We love you all. And now I'm really excited to do this because I got my new pitch deck.
Midlife crisis.